Tennessee Sports.
Touchdown, Tennessee. Swain.
Here, Josh and Swain.
Swain, thank you for being with us today. We're very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours on a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. Jason Swain. Schwartz. Swain, good afternoon.
What's up?
Missed you the last few days. Today's going to be very confusing for me.
Why?
Well, it's Wednesday.
Correct.
But we were off on Monday for the Memorial Day holiday.
It's Wednesday, Josh.
Yesterday was Tuesday, but I also was not here, tending to matters.
So today is Monday for you.
So today feels like a Monday, but it's Wednesday, which has its own feel. Once you get to hump day, it has its own feel. Tuesday may or may not have a feel, depending on how you approach it.
Well, it feels like Wednesday, for sure.
But it feels like a Monday to me, so I've got Monday energy.
No, it doesn't. You and I know. Today is Wednesday.
Today has its own distinction, does it not?
Today is Wednesday, my man.
Well, happy Wednesday to you.
Happy Wednesday to you, too, man. It's good to see you.
Good to be seen. Good to be seen.
These spring meetings this year, they're spicy.
They are, man.
They are spicy. We got coaches letting it ride, emptying the clip, saying that they were misled before taking a job. Oh, my gosh, man. I love spring meetings this year. These coaches, they don't care. They've had enough, and they're letting it be known. I love it.
Yeah, Greg Sankey said a couple of days ago that he thinks the SEC spring meetings were overhyped.
Oh, no, Greg.
Agree to disagree.
Underhyped.
Yeah, I think we've gotten a little more truthfulness than I anticipated. I thought we would go in with a number of subjects to cover, but that once the meetings got underway and the parties were in the same rooms together, that they'd start to walk back some of the lead up. Yeah. I don't think that's happened.
Yeah, it's been good. Got a selfie with Coach Yo and Kim Caldwell.
How about it?
That was cute.
It was the caption was real life versus Twitter.
Oh, it was a really cute photo. Kim Caldwell cheesing ear to ear. Coach Yo smiling. Coach
throwing up the deuces, I think.
Just happy. I love it, man.
Yeah.
It was good.
Remember the Tom Brady selfie he did with Peyton Manning, and he said something along the lines of, hate to break it to you all, but we've been friends this entire time?
Yeah.
I
still refuse to believe it, but okay.
I'm excited for the day that I get a notification that @Swain Event has posted on Twitter, and I click it, and it's a picture, a selfie of you and an Alabama fan throwing up the deuces together saying, spoiler alert, it's always been home.
No, that will never happen. I can promise you that. Never.
There are some lines that will not be crossed.
I will take a selfie with a Bama fan who's a friend, but he better not have on Bama gear.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that at all.
I wouldn't expect.
I remember when James Franklin was the coach at Vanderbilt, and he tried to be cute and he tried to be slick. He took a picture with Johnny Majors throwing up the VU sign.
I do recall
that. In that moment, I wanted to tackle James Franklin because he was being slick.
Yeah.
He was being slick.
Yeah.
And I told myself, I will never be in a photo with a fan of another team while they're wearing the colors of another team. So if you got on a Bama polo, I don't care if we childhood friends. We ain't taking a picture together. You better take that shirt off. Hope you got a tank top underneath that. We are not taking a picture together. Ain't happening. This ain't a game, Josh Ward.
I didn't think
This ain't
so.
a game.
I didn't think so.
This ain't just playing radio. This is real life.
Yeah.
It's real life, man. I don't play that. It's good to see you, though, Josh.
Hey, it's good to see you, and this is the start to the show I was looking for. We are underway.
I'm glad that I was able to come through on the expectations of the start of the show.
Andrew texted in already. Josh hadn't worked since Friday, already pushing buttons. Hey, we're making up for the last couple days.
It's your Monday, right?
It is my Monday.
It's your Monday.
I have – how many segments we do in a show? We do 12? I got 24 segments I'm missing out on from the last 2 days. So we're full speed ahead.
It's time to make it up.
For fans that want to see nothing but tempo from Josh Heupel in that offense, go, go, go. That's Josh and Swain today. We're going to talk to Chris Lowe, covering SEC spring meetings. We'll see what he takes from what has been said by the commissioner, by athletic directors, by coaches who are down there in Destin. So we'll talk to Chris Lowe of On 3 coming up at 12:30. We'll talk to Braden Gall of 440 Sports at 1 o'clock. He will join us from the most happening city in America right now, Nashville. All kinds of buzz around Nashville following the Super Bowl announcement.
I thought that was Destin.
Well, Destin,
I thought
sure.
Destin was the most happening city right now in the country.
People are afraid, I think, of Destin right now. And then 1:45. 1:45, 12:45 Central if you're going by spring meeting time. 1:45 Eastern today, we'll talk to Austin Price of VolQuest. We'll talk recruiting coming out of this past weekend. It is Wednesday, May 27th. We'll see if we can get a Chaz Coleman update.
That'd be nice.
There has been a lot of anticipation, and last week Austin told us, hey, all eyes will be on Chaz Coleman. Is that possible? Got to be present to be seen. So we'll talk to Austin at about 1:45 to talk recruiting, talk Chaz Coleman, talk summer workouts, and everything in between.
You know, during COVID, students were able to learn and get their degrees and get good grades by going virtual, okay? Mm-hmm. This is possible. You can do this right, as a student. As an athlete, you can't go virtual. You kind of have to be with your teammates. You have to be present in workouts.
Yeah.
You have to be present in the meeting rooms. You got to practice. You can't be virtual as an athlete, as a football player in the SEC. And so, you know, for Chaz Coleman, he's had plenty of time. What's the update? What's the status? Is he ready to play some football this year? We'll talk to Austin Price about it.
Yeah, we've talked about at least a little bit about what Chaz has gone through. It's been a personal matter, and Josh Heupel's addressed it publicly. And we have discussed that it is different from Nico. Nico was actually pretty quick. I know there was stuff leading up to it, but didn't show up to practice, was not on the team, was gone the next day, right? That was like a boom. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's over. Boo Carter's situation. What was going on there was very different. But at the end of the day, we are still talking about coming together as a team at this time of year especially. It's the start of summer workouts. It's that final stretch leading up to fall camp. And at some point, that part has to come together. And now is that time. It's got to come together for Chaz Coleman to be a part of Tennessee's football team. If you're not present, it's difficult for you to be a part of that team when it's go time in August at fall camp.
Yeah, you can't get better going virtual this time of the season. You got to be in the trenches. You got to be with your teammates.
Yep. I've ever told you about freshman year at UT, so we were there when the internet was just starting.
That's not true.
It's a little bit after that.
We was there when Facebook first got started.
That is true.
And the iPhone
that is accurate.
Debuted.
So we had to take a science. I took an online astronomy class. You know, learn about the stars and planets and all that stuff. But I didn't do a great job at the start of the semester of fully diving into all that was required with the class. So we get through half the semester, and somehow I discover, oh, wait, we had an in-person midterm exam. And once a week, we've had in-person labs. It's not all virtual. It's mostly virtual. So there were no classroom lectures, but there was in-person stuff that I missed half a semester of.
Josh, just tell us that you were partied on the Strip. Just tell us the truth. Just tell us you was partying on the Strip and you didn't take your academics serious. Just tell us the truth, man.
No, hey, I've got to tell you, I went in And I had a meeting explaining what had happened, and they were very nice about it. They allowed me to make everything up, including the midterm. When I walked out of that room, they had to say, how did this guy get into college?
Wait, you were allowed to make everything up, and you didn't put the ball in the hoop and score touchdowns? You were allowed to do that? Wow.
Well, I don't know. I don't recall the exact conversation. I might have name dropped John Wilkerson and Jimmy Himes. That's probably what I did.
That's what's happening.
I said, the hours with John and Jimmy are, they've overtaken.
There
me.
you go. That's how you do it.
That's what I did.
That's good right there. That's how you do it, man. Good job. Proud of you, man. But I know the truth, Josh. You were partying on the strip. And you just forgot about your schoolwork. That's what happened.
I was grinding in the early days here with the Sports Animal before it was. It was News Talk 99, preparing for the future Josh and Swain days.
You was hanging out with James Banks. That's exactly what you were doing. You was hanging out with James Banks. Y'all was partying.
Sir, could you turn that music down? What?
Yeah, let me turn it up. Let me turn it up on you.
See, those were the good days of off-field problems.
Good for who? The media?
Yeah.
It sure wasn't good for teammates that was enjoying their time off on a weekend, only to be called in to a meeting on Sunday night by Coach Fulmer because another teammate got arrested.
When Philip Fulmer talks about the good old days, I'm sure those aren't the ones he's talking about.
Oh, my gosh. Can y'all stop getting arrested? Just stay in the house. My goodness.
Yeah. Did one of those meetings, Coach Fulmer, say, can you all just be like Jason Swain?
He probably was thinking it, but he never said it.
I'm sure that's what it was.
But I will say this.
Yep.
Our players behave better than Georgia's football players. That's for sure.
Hey, at least James was parked.
Correct.
Right? On the strip.
Correct.
He was not in motion. 865-656-9900, Justin in the text box. Swain is R.T. Tyler's emergency contact. That is the assumption there. I think that's fair.
R.T. Tyler, don't ever be in an emergency and call me. If you do, you better not have on Obama gear, or you're going to be out of luck.
R.T. Tyler, I recommend plan B or C for your emergency contact. 865-656-9900. If you would like to contact us, you can call or text to be part of the show. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Action-packed today on Josh and Swain.
Saving you money is our second passion. Never miss a deal. Text the word SWEET to 865-656-9900.
Hey, Brogan Financial, there is a team you can rely on. Brogan Financial Wealth Management and Retirement Planning, relying on old-fashioned values, their expert knowledge, and genuine understanding, working as a team to pursue excellence in the delivery of wealth management and comprehensive retirement planning. That is the mission every single day, to serve their clients. Brogan Financial operates as a fiduciary, meaning the team has a responsibility to act solely in the best interest of the client. And when I mention the comprehensive plan that they can design for you, that will focus on key areas, including income planning, investment management, tax planning, estate and legacy planning, and healthcare planning. Our radio stations have relied on Jim Brogan for a long time. He has been doing shows on our news talk station for more than 20 years now, and he has been teaching financial education classes at UT and Pellissippi State for about 20 years. People have relied on Jim Brogan, and they have relied on his team for help with their financial future. Their team can help you or somebody in your family that might need help. Get in touch with Brogan Financial to see how they can help you. Get started online at broganfinancial.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gate. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, they bring it to life. Offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, wood fences. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at stanleyfence.com.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jeff with Monster Tree Service of Knoxville. Our professional crew is equipped to handle even the biggest jobs with superior service and award-winning results. When you need routine tree trimming, expert plant health care, or emergency tree removal, our experts at Monster Tree Service of Knoxville provide the friendly, reliable service you can count on. With expert knowledge and state-of-the-art equipment, we get the job done safely and efficiently. Don't let your tree problem get out of control. Call 865-832-3029 or visit monstertreeservice.com and let us tame your monster.
The 2026 Lady Vol volleyball schedule is set and features 9 NCAA tournament teams, including 5 with programs that reach the round of 16. The Big Orange schedule features 12 matches at home at Food City Center, and you can now purchase season tickets with prices starting as low as $60 plus taxes and fees. Reserved seating options are back this season, and you can guarantee your seat for the same location for each match throughout the season. Get yours now at allvols.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Why wait for the weekend? At Twin Peaks, they're serving scratch food and pouring quality cocktails every day after dark. Come by the lodge and experience the best late night in the league. Today, tomorrow, or any other day of the week. We'll see you at Twin Peaks.
Need a new shingle roof? Creative Metal Systems offers expert installation with a commitment to quality since 1997. Get guaranteed long-term protection. Visit CreativeMetalSystems.com now and schedule your free no-hassle quote. That's CreativeMetalSystems.com.
A.G. Hines Company. For more than 100 years, since great-grandfather Albert Hines first opened the doors back in 1920, the best construction companies East Tennessee have used their building materials. But when it comes to your do-it-yourself projects, they're also the best first stop you can make thanks to their prices, selection of tools, and their experience. Visit their century-old business on Hines Street in downtown Knoxville. For 4 generations, they've been the area's most trusted supplier with building materials and tools. A.G. Hines Company. Building materials since anyone can remember.
Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Chris Lowe on 3 in 10 minutes. We'll talk SEC spring meetings with Chris. We'll talk to you at 865-656-9900. RT Tyler heard his name shouted out in the first segment. Reached out in the text box. Hello to RT Tyler. Appreciate you tuning in.
Hello, Tyler.
John Summerall. Not afraid to speak his mind. First-year coach in the SEC at Florida. Talking about the idea of going to 9 games. This is from On 3, by the way. From 8 games to 9. The conference will make the move this upcoming season. Summerall said, quote, talking to the other coaches, they felt like by going to 9 games, they felt like it would shift the playoff model to 16. But it didn't. They felt misled. Eli Drinkowitz, the discussion was about going to an 8 or 9 game schedule. I remember being so anxious thinking, when are we going to discuss this? When are we going to vote? And it took us 6 years to get to 9 games. Shoot, I remember last year we were told if we went to 9 games, the Big Ten would vote for a 16-team playoff in 2026. And I think we're still at a 12-team playoff.
Are the coaches about to jump Greg Sankey or something? This is weird.
It is weird. We didn't hear this at the Big Ten spring meetings.
We haven't heard this ever. I mean, maybe it's just me here, but it feels like the coaches are throwing Greg Sankey under the bus.
Yep.
Here.
We were told.
And I'm with Greg Sankey on not going to a 24-team playoff and standing on that island alone. That's fine, but like these coaches are spilling the tea. They are saying that they were misled, that they were told that, hey, Embrace the 9-game conference schedule. Embrace it. And they know how much of a gauntlet it is to perform in this league week in and week out, even with 8 games conference schedule. And they were sold, hey, 9, don't worry, there'll be extra teams added to the playoff field. Because if you're a coach, you're worrying about job security. This only hurts your opportunities to keep your job longer. So I understand the coach's frustration. That's how I would look at it, too, if I was the coaches.
What's interesting about Drinkwitz, or at least part of what's interesting there, he says that they were told the Big Ten would vote for a 16-team playoff if the league expands to 9 conference games, if the SEC expands to 9 conference games. Mm-hmm. But Tony Petitti last week said that a 16-team playoff hasn't even been discussed among their league members. They've only discussed 12 or 24. That 16 is not on the table for the Big Ten, but Eli Drinkwitz says that the SEC members were told Big Ten will go 16 if we increase our number of games.
What are you trying to say, Josh? You trying to say somebody lying?
Some lines have crossed the wrong direction here.
Oh, boy.
So, obviously, I've not been a part of all the internal discussions and don't know exactly what Eli Drinkwitz was told, what the coaches and ADs were told. But he says that they were told that the Big Ten would vote for a 16-team playoff in 2026. And Tony Petitti told us that the Big Ten has not discussed a 16-team playoff.
I'm entertained. I will say that. I am entertained, and I'm on the coach's side. I'm on the coach's side. They are in the trenches. They're recruiting. They're managing the roster. They have high expectations, and I get it. They're paid a lot of money. Sometimes people don't care about anything else. All they see is the salary, and they're like, who cares how they feel, and who cares if it's fair or not? They're getting paid $8 million. Yeah, fair is fair. It doesn't matter how much you're getting paid. And for the coaches, they are under an insane amount of pressure. Their families are subjected to the criticism and the pressure in the cities where they live. And so in this situation, they're set up for more criticism, more pressure, and potentially getting themselves fired. Now, they'll get a good buyout, but still, but they're not set up to be successful.
Yeah, and that's not the case for everybody on their staff. Assistant coaches make a ton of money, too. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, coordinators especially, but they don't get paid head coach money. And assistant coaches for sure don't, and keep on going down the line because staffs are bigger. You get the point.
Yeah. I do think about those GAs and those smaller, lower-level assistants that are just starting off, that when a coach gets fired, man, their world is turned upside down. They have to go try to scramble and find another staff to get on. And so, the head coaches are normally fine, and the OCs and DCs, they're fine. They're making their money. But, it's the other folks who are, affected the most, all because of unrealistic expectations. And this does nothing to help the situation at all. So that's how I look at it.
Someone who can help us with the information we're looking for, Chris Lowe, on3.com. Best in the business covering the world of college football. He joins us when we come back. We are presented by Junk Begon. We appreciate you being with us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Tennessee.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Major League Baseball games happening for your Wednesday, 3 o'clock. The Mariners are at the A's, 3:45. Giants host the Diamondbacks. Padres get the Phillies at 4. At 6:40, the Rays visit the Orioles. Tigers take on the Angels. Pirates host the Cubs. Braves visit the Red Sox. Reds take on the Mets at 7. 7:45, Twins visit the White Sox. Royals host the Yankees. Astros visit the Rangers at 8. Dodgers welcome the Rockies at 10. In the Western Conference Finals of the NBA playoffs, Oklahoma City took a 3-2 series lead over the San Antonio Spurs with a 127-114 win in Game 5 last night. League MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way for Oklahoma City with 32 points. Game 6 is Thursday night back in San Antonio. Stanley Cup playoffs in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights have advanced to the Stanley Cup final with a 2-1 win in Game 4 last night to sweep the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. They will await the winner of Carolina and Montreal. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight. Carolina leads the series 2-1. I'm Joel Silverberg.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency. Most of the time, you don't know what it's going to cost or if it's going to be fixed the right way. When you call Hiller, their experts are going to solve your problems quickly. The price that you're told is the price that you actually pay. No hidden fees, no surprises when you do get your bill. Hiller has been in business for over 36 years, family-owned and operated. And their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy, all background and drug screen. Technology is great, and Hiller knows how to use it to help you. When a tech is on their way to your home, you'll receive a photo of the tech and a link to track them in real time. So that way you're not sitting around wasting time wondering when they are going to show up. 100% satisfaction guarantee is something that you can expect with Hiller as well. Their motto, happy you'll be, or the service is free. To learn more, to book online, go to the website, happyhiller.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Any day of the week could be a special day. Birthdays, anniversaries, they always pop up. And if you ever need to pop in and buy a beautiful piece of jewelry, you can always do it. South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge, right there next to the Outback Steakhouse. It's the one and only TK Wheeler Jewelers. Every single piece of jewelry I'm wearing right now, I'm like looking down. My engagement ring, my bracelet that I got for my 40th birthday, my diamond stud earrings, my little gold huggy earrings, all came from TK Wheeler Jewelers. Wide range of selection. They've got multicolored gemstone sets. They've got beautiful diamonds. They've got a huge bridal jewelry selection for you. But what you might not know about TK Wheeler Jewelers is that they can also turn your unwanted jewelry into cash. They're purchasing right now a wide range of precious metals, diamonds, gemstones, everything from fine jewelry to old broken pieces that you no longer want or wear. You can put money in your pocket from TK Wheeler Jewelers. They're proudly buying and selling jewelry for over 50 years here in East Tennessee. It's my jewelry store. TK Wheeler Jewelers. This has been a paid advertisement. Entertaining in my home is my favorite thing to do. Just call me Mini Martha Stewart. Hey, it's Heather Harrington. Part of the reason I love being the hostess is that I've got a gorgeous kitchen to entertain in thanks to the crew at Kitchen Sales. Back in 2019, we saw the writing on the old wall. Our kitchen was too small for our growing family. So we knocked out a few walls, moved old cabinetry to new spots, and then installed a new 11 by 4 foot island. It's got storage on both sides. It is so wonderful. And now every meal or party we have is around that island. Kitchen Sales gave me the kitchen of my dreams, and they can do that for you. Or they can give you an organized playroom, an Insta-worthy closet or bathroom that looks great and fits all your needs. Plus, they work with any budget, big or small. And they have 2 locations to serve you. Hoyt Avenue in downtown, just off Cherry Street, or out in West Knoxville in the Town and Country Circle Drive. You can get started online, too, at kitchensales.net. This has been a paid advertisement.
Is your house just one big headache and you want to sell it fast at a fair price? Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I will make you a fair, as-is, all-cash offer on your house today, no matter the condition, price range, or location. Call me at 865-500-3711. Maybe it's inherited, sitting vacant, causing you financial stress, or needs more repairs than you can handle. Whatever the situation or condition, I'll buy it. Our customers say things like,
"It was very smooth and easy, and we are satisfied with the amount we received from my mother's property."
The entire process was easy. They were upfront, honest, and kept me informed every step of the way.
ProSource is a great company to work with. We had great experience from start to finish.
Whatever the situation or condition, I'll buy it, and we can close in as little as a week. If you're ready to sell your house fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Temperatures for today will be warming into the upper 70s and low 80s. We'll keep that high humidity, making it feel very muggy. Heading into the afternoon, we're watching spotty showers picking up in that forecast. A rumble of thunder is not out of the question, but by sunset, that's clearing its way out. Rain chances are decreasing slightly on your Thursday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Dusmal.
Protect your home with a new roof. Creative Metal Systems offers expert shingle and metal installation in East Tennessee. Get long-term durability and peace of mind. Visit CreativeMetalSystems.com now and schedule your free no-hassle quote. That's CreativeMetalSystems.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us every day. Presented by Junk Be Gone, East Tennessee's junk removal specialist. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I am Josh Ward. We are excited to go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline to welcome Chris Lowe, who covers college football for On3.com. Chris, thank you for the time as always. We appreciate it. In last segment, we were talking about some of the story from Brett McMurphy at On3, talking about coaches who felt misled maybe about going from an 8-game to a 9-game conference schedule, which they will do this upcoming season, and how that would have affected playoff expansion. The playoff obviously is still at 12 teams. What do you make of some of the comments that we've heard this week down in Destin from coaches about maybe being misled or what they thought would happen if they expanded the conference schedule from 8 to 9 games?
There are a lot of different opinions in that room, which is to me fascinating, because the SEC, even going back to Mike Slive, has always been a pretty unified bunch, and Slive was so good at forming a consensus, and and Sankey's been pretty good at that too. But there was definitely a feeling among coaches, because I've talked to a lot of them, that when they went to 9 games, that the playoff was going to expand, and obviously that didn't happen. And I think the thing that you hear the most, or I do from coaches, is, hey, 9 games is what it is. I get why we're doing it. It's going to be worth more money. It helps balance the schedule. I thought the SEC was, slow to do this. But I get from a coach, if I were a coach, I would probably look at it differently, right? Because you're playing 9 games. And the thing that they point out to me is, hey, we also got to play Georgia Tech, or we got to play Ohio State, or we got to play Michigan, because you got to play a non-conference game against a Power 4 team. And so that's 10 legitimate games now, whereas Big Ten doesn't have that requirement. Indiana doesn't play a Power 4 non-conference game this year. They didn't last year. Now, I want to be careful here, because I know what some people are going to hear that and say, are you diminishing what Indiana did last year? No, I'm not. They were clearly the best team of football, and they proved that on the field. But I think that there was absolutely a feeling, misled, whatever the word is, there was a feeling that they were going to go to 16. I think Sankey thought they would get to 16, but the Big Ten wants 24. They weren't ready to. I think the Big Ten, and this is where I agree with Greg. Greg said that he finds it funny that Tony Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner, says there was never any talk about 16. Well, that was a proposal last December or January, is that they go to 16 for a couple years, and then it gets to 24 automatically. And the SEC didn't want to do that. They didn't sign off, so we're still at 12. We'll see if that compromise is, revisited, but before they have to make a decision December 1st. So I think we're going to get to 24. It's just a matter of when. I don't know how long it's going to take. Does it stay at 12 for 27? Potentially. Does the SEC relent and say, okay, we'll do 16 for 2 or 3 years, and then we'll go to 24. But here's the thing that most, I won't say irks, but is most concerning to me. If we get to 24, and we will, guess what? It ain't staying at 24. it's going to go. It's only going to grow from there. You guys know that. We've seen that in every other sport. We've done basketball. 24 will be where we get to, but it won't be where we land.
Chris, we've heard vocal coaches, we've heard ADs be asked about their opinion, but we're hearing vocal presidents of universities, and Jim Moorhead over there at Georgia has some very strong comments about the future of college football and the SEC and the future of the SEC, about potentially breaking away and doing their own thing. Is that a reality, or is that just talk?
I say it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, the House bill, the bipartisan House bill, has come out now, where you got Congress people from both sides of the House writing a bill to try to sort of answer some of these things, some of these questions that have plagued college sports: salary cap, the 5 years to play 5, a means to enforce, spending on what you can pay athletes, i.e., get rid of $50 and $60 million rosters, even the Lane Kiffin rule, where coaches can't leave before their seasons are over. I still think there are massive legal challenges that are going to get in the way of that, because nobody representing an athlete is going to be for an athlete potentially making or having the ability to make less money. I mean, right now, if you're a quarterback, you're making $6 or $7 million. Do you want to go backward? And I think not being able to, 5 play 5, which I think is a good rule. I mean, think about it. Like Zakai Ziegler could play the 5th year of basketball at Tennessee. He was never going to play in the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. But there would be no Trinidad Chambliss. There would be no Diego Pavia. I think there are always examples of things like that you want a kid, maybe he has back-to-back tragic injuries. So there's just a lot there that I think are restrictive for the player. They're going to get challenged in court, and it still's got to pass. Remember this: it still has to pass both houses of Congress. When's the last time that the Senate and the House have agreed on anything? Certainly when you divide the two political aisles. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a little jaded, perhaps, because I'm just tired of all the meetings and the hearings and the subcommittees and the this and that. Just tell us what it is. Tell us what we got. Okay, tell us what it is. Tell us what the rules are or aren't. Let's go play, because that's the part of, I think, I can't speak for everybody, but I still love Saturday afternoons in the fall. I love watching the NCAA basketball tournament. I love seeing the playoff. I mean, I don't like 24, but I'll still watch. I'm not one of these, I'll never watch again. I'll still watch, and there'll be good games. But 24 to me seems a whole lot more like an invitational than it does a playoff. I just, a team getting in that's lost 4 games, that hasn't beaten a ranked team, I don't know. And that doesn't seem much like season counts a whole lot. I mean, I mentioned Lane a minute ago. Take that Ole Miss team in 2 years ago, the 2014. That was a really good team.
Yep.
Great on defense. Walter Nolan, I think they led the country in defense. Well, they didn't make the playoff because, and this is where every game should count. Remember, they lost to Kentucky at home. The only game Kentucky won all year in the league. They beat Ole Miss. Well, that loss kept Ole Miss out. If you lose a game like that, I mean, it's got a sting, and it works the other way too. And Mike Elko, to me, has been the voice of reason among coaches during this whole thing. Texas A&M's coach. He says, listen, we don't ever want, he told me when I was there with him last month, we don't ever want to become the NCAA basketball tournament. He says, hey, listen, I played basketball, I love basketball, but that's not who we in college football want to become. It needs to still be hard to get into the playoff. You don't have 24 teams typically that are national championship caliber teams. Football is different. College football is different than basketball. It's different than baseball. It's different than NFL. It's always been different. And to me, that's the uniqueness of college football, is what's always set it apart. He said, we're all thinking now, commissioners, different conferences, coaches, we're all thinking in our own best interest. Nobody's really thinking about what's best for the sport. Let me ask you guys, when you have people call your show, do the majority of fans want 24 teams or not?
I still sense the majority do not. There are some positives that come up. I think the biggest positive we hear about it is the idea of getting more campus site playoff games. And yes, that part of it I do like in terms of the plan. But you mentioned Ole Miss from the 2024 season. I don't like the idea that lose at home to Kentucky, no big deal. Negatively affects you with your seeding.
Yeah.
That part is true. But the idea that Florida game, because even after that Kentucky loss, they still were alive. They were given some grace there, but then they needed to go beat Florida, a Florida team that put some things together late in the season. And the idea that if Jackson Dart can drive down the field and score here doesn't really matter because they're in. I don't like taking that away from the regular season of college football.
Yeah, same here. And most fans, I agree. Most fans I talk to, hear from, and I hear from a lot of them, just like you guys do. They don't want 24. I mean, take Vandy, Tennessee last year. If last year there's a 24-team playoff, let's say there would have been a 24-team playoff. Okay, Vandy had lost 2 games going into that game. Even if had they lost Tennessee, and they dominated that game in the second half, they would have still probably gotten in at 9-3. Now they didn't get in at 10-2. They were sort of one of the last 2 or 3 that didn't get in. At 16, they probably would have gotten in last year. Okay, 24, even had they lost to Tennessee, that's a huge win for Vanderbilt. Okay, on the road in Knoxville. But it wouldn't have meant a whole lot if they lost because they still probably would have gotten in. See, those are the types of games. I think there's always unintended consequences when we do things like this. And, I don't agree with everything Greg Sankey says. I agree with him on this. To go from 12 to 24 in 1 year, bam, in 1 year, that's a drastic change. Mm-hmm. And hey, I'm okay with 12. Let's do 12 for another few years and see how that works out. We've only had 2 years of it, so we really only had 2 years to assess it. I'm not against expansion. I think with 16, if you said, hey, Chris, what's the perfect number? Well, I'm like our late friend Roy Kramer. I don't think there'll ever be a perfect number or a perfect system, but 16 of the numbers probably makes the most sense because like last year, Vandy was a great story. Well, they would have gotten in. Texas was playing really good football towards the end of the year. They beat Texas A&M. They could have gotten some damage. They would have gotten in. Notre Dame would have gotten in, and they were playing really good football. But use Notre Dame in that same example. Notre Dame lost to the 2 best teams that played last year to open the season. They lost to Miami, and they lost to Texas A&M. They didn't get in. Those games, you're penalized, when you have fewer teams. If you lose to those teams, the 2 best teams on your schedule. At 24, those games wouldn't have been anything. They get in easily.
Chris, it sounds like you're ready to get to August.
Let's go.
Man, I have been for 2 years, Josh. I'm tired. I'm over. You know what I'm ready? I'm ready to take my boys to Pawleys Island for about a month and hang out and just and forget about all this legalese and all the court battles and the meetings and be ready for football season to start, man. I'm never going to be one of those get off my lawn type of guys. You guys hear, well, I'm done with college football. I'm going to quit watching. That's a bunch of BS. Everybody's still watching.
Right.
Because the product's great on the field. I think we all agree, right? The product is great. The athletes are as good or better than they've ever been. The coaching, the kids are getting paid now, which is long since past due. They're why we go watch. We don't go watch coaches stroll up and down the sidelines. We go to watch players. There's a lot good there, but I mean, everything going on around the chaos off the field, and what Jerry Moorhead, the Georgia president, called it anarchy. It's not a bad word, actually, for what we have now in college sports. I don't think anybody is jumping up and down. But the average fan, to me, the people that I talk to, in my circle, and maybe we're a bunch of simpletons, I don't think they really care about all the stuff that's out there, and the courts and bipartisan bills and the SCORE Act and meetings and subcommittee meetings. They just want to watch ball and tell us what the rules are. Tell us what the playoffs going to look like. Tell us, what enforcement is or isn't, and let's go forward and move forward and play ball. I think that's, again, the people that I run with, Swain, you're one of them.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Hey, Chris, we'll get you out of here after this, but we were talking a little bit ago about there's new life in the SEC. You got John Summerall at Florida. They have big expectations.
Mm-hmm.
You have Alex Golesh at Auburn. They have big expectations. Lane has shifted schools, and that's a whole other animal when we talk about conversations. But some new life among these different programs in the SEC right now.
Yeah, Ryan Silverfield at Arkansas is another one. And I think it's and really Pete Golding is sort of new. I mean, obviously he coached the 2 games to playoff.
Yeah, but
so you
first
do have
offseason in charge, yeah.
Yeah, so you do have some new faces, some new themes. And at schools that, let's be honest, Florida has been, there's never, ever any reason for Florida to be as bad as they've been the last 3 to 5 years. Never. And now here Summerall comes in. He was a commodity. A lot of schools wanted him. He did a great job at Tulane. And oh, by the way, he once played high school football with Jason Swain. And by the way, I talked to Summerall about you, Swain. Swain said your work ethic was poor in high school.
That's true.
But no, you're right though, and I think that's cool. Like, I want to see what he does, how he fares in getting Florida back, because it shouldn't take long at that place. See, that's not a 3-year turnaround. That's when you should be able to turn around pretty quickly. And I think Lane to me is the I won't say it's the best story. It's the most fascinating story because they're going to spend $50 million in the roster this year. You know, he's had a very quiet off season. He hasn't said much to the media this off season. He hasn't stirred it up. You know, I'm being facetious, obviously. But hey, let his butt not go to the playoff this year, his first year, lose the 3 games. Let him go into Oxford on September 19th and lose. Honeymoon ends in a hurry.
I need to send Summerall a clip of Chris Rock and Will Smith about keeping my name in his mouth. Do I need to do that, Chris Lowe?
For the record, he didn't say that about you. He said you're an outstanding teammate.
Classic media, Chris Lowe, just trying to stir things up.
No, that's called the Lane Kiffin.
That's it.
Let's call it the. How about the fact this House bill has a Lane Kiffin rule in it? That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Well, that's keeping up with the times, which Chris Lowe is always doing on 3.com, where you can read his work and his colleagues' work with what's happening in SEC spring meetings at the House. Ross Dellinger has to be exhausted. Hey, we appreciate the time as always, Chris. Great to talk to you. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. See you guys.
Thanks, Chris. Chris Lowe, covering college football, joins us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. We will react. We'll continue the discussion. Look at that.
That was a new media move for Chris Lowe, man.
That was, yeah.
Stirring up.
Hey, on 3, digital. Although on ESPN.com also digital. He's been around. He knows the game. He's Chris Lowe. He joins us here as we continue on Josh and Swain.
You can now enjoy UT Sports on TV while hearing the Vol Network play-by-play on the Sports Animal timed with it. Here's how to sync it up. We delay the Sports Animal radio broadcast just a bit, so when the game reaches kickoff, tip-off, or first pitch, pause your TV, then listen to the Sports Animal broadcast. At the moment the game starts on the radio, release pause on your TV. Now you're in perfect sync, watching the action while hearing the Vol Network call live on 99.1, the Sports Animal. It's the best seat in the house, your house.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Amish Elegance Fine Custom Furniture, located at 613 North Campbell Station Road in Farragut. Family owned. They've been in business now for more than 10 years. And if you are looking to upgrade or refresh any part of your home, Amish Elegance can help. If you need a brand new desk or anything for your office, they can help you. If you need a new dining room or kitchen table, they can help you at Amish Elegance. Check out their website, AmishElegance.com. It gives you an idea of everything that they have. Stop by and see their beautiful 4,200-foot showroom floor. You can see and feel the difference in the quality of furniture that they have to offer. You can also get an idea for what you might need. If you need a brand new sofa, how about a brand new sofa, couch, and a side stand to go with it? You can see that inside the showroom. And whether it's something there that you want to take home or something that you want to design and have built specifically for you, they can help you with that. They can go through the design process with you, hand the plans you come up with to the Amish families they work with to build beautiful furniture that's built to last for generations. See them in person. Amish Elegance is at 613 North Campbell Station Road, or online AmishElegance.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Vol Nation, big news for collectors. Sports Treasures, one of the largest and most trusted sports card and memorabilia stores in the South, has expanded. After nearly 40 years on North Broadway, Sports Treasures has opened a brand new location in Farragut, right across from Farragut High School. Find hobby boxes, singles, autographs, Tennessee Vol collectibles, memorabilia, man cave decor, and of course, the famous chip case collectors love. Follow Sports Treasures on Facebook for updates on the new Farragut location. Sports Treasures, collect the memories, treasure the moments.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Join Tyler and Will Thursday at the all-new Collectibles and More in Alcoa, located right behind Texas Roadhouse and Jim and Nick's. The area's top sports card and memorabilia shop has everything for any collector. It's from 3 to 7, Thursday in Alcoa at the all-new Collectibles and More.
Knoxville area contractors, tired of suppliers who just don't get your business? Win Supply of East Tennessee HVAC is locally owned, contractor focused, and backed by national buying power. We proudly supply GE Appliances air and water solutions, giving you trusted HVAC products and dependable support. With GE Appliances and the Win Supply network behind us, you get strength, availability, and real partnership. Learn more at winsupplyinc.com or call 865-381-7680. Win Supply of East Tennessee HVAC, your local edge with national reach.
Bourbon and Beyond, the world's largest bourbon food and music festival, takes over Louisville, Kentucky this September, featuring performances from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Hootie and the Blowfish, Cheap Trick, Counting Crows, and dozens more. You could win a trip for two with a 5-night hotel stay, $1,500 cash for your travel, and a pair of 4-day Mint VIP passes. Listen weekdays for the national text keywords. Prize provided by Danny Winmer Presents, powered locally by Sergeant Pepperoni Pizza. Details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Morgan & Morgan, 150 4th Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee lawyer will handle Tennessee cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books of Question One Sports. Men's French Open tennis round 2 continues tomorrow, and I think fatigue is going to play a big factor in the matchup between Vitko Priva and Martin Landaluce. Both played 5-setters in round 1, but Landaluce required multiple medical timeouts and was visibly struggling in the sweltering Paris conditions. Kopriva is a solid clay court player, and as an underdog tomorrow, I think he grinds out another gritty win. I'm playing Vitko Priva on the money line. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter, Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
Back on Josh and Swain, final segment.
Golf.
You guys know how much I really love golf. Full Send Golf, 2v2. Me and VOD versus Big John and Kyle. Oh, it feels good to be back on the links with the boys.
Join the party on the golf course.
Back to golf in a big way. Now what, practice? Let's go hit the range.
I was like, let's go to the range.
We are headed to the golf course. Yo, you want to golf with us? No. You don't play golf? No. Try. We got to break par. I'm very excited. You excited? Yeah.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Brogan Financial. Wealth management and retirement planning. They can help you with planning for your future. They can help you with your life goals, and they can help you with your different steps along the way. They can help you with a comprehensive plan at Brogan Financial. The team there can put together a plan that will focus on income planning, investment management, tax planning, estate and legacy planning, and healthcare planning. They'll design it for you. Brogan Financial operates as a fiduciary, meaning they have a responsibility to act solely in the best interest of the client. And the way that Brogan Financial operates is as your partner. They can help you define and achieve your goals. They can help you along the way. When it's time or when you advance in life and you have different parts of those plans that you have to work through, estate and legacy planning, healthcare planning, when something comes up, Brogan Financial is there for you as a partner to help you along the way. They can help you plan. They can help you execute. They can answer any questions for you. See how Brogan Financial can help you with your goals for the future by going online to broganfinancial.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
You've probably never heard of Lancaster, Tennessee. It's where I grew up on our family's farm.
Now tell them the whole story, John.
That's Chelsea, my wife. And what she means is I'm the 8th generation to grow up on our farm in Smith County.
And our boys make generation number 9.
I grew crops on this land, and I grew 2 great businesses.
Now John's growing a movement in his campaign for governor.
Tennessee needs a governor with CEO experience, someone tough like Trump.
Even President Trump tells people John is fantastic, and he really is.
President Trump makes tough decisions. That's what CEOs do, and it's what I'll do as governor. With our cities booming and people moving into our state like crazy, our governor will have to make tough decisions to keep Tennessee conservative.
A CEO who's tough like Trump. Yep, that's what we need, even if I am a little biased.
I'm John Rose. I'm asking for your support.
Pretty good for a farm boy, isn't it? Paid for by John Rose for governor.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family-owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
Hey, Sissy, what are you looking for in an automobile dealership? How about a no-pressure, friendly staff, a huge selection of pre-owned inventory, which incidentally is why it's been called the intersection of selection for over 20 years. How about one of the largest new car inventories in the entire area? And don't forget, they all come with Rusty Wallace Honda's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Or maybe it's service after the sale you want. If that's the case, then get to our award-winning service department. Whatever your reason, don't wait. Get to the intersection of selection. Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Looking for the perfect golf getaway? Discover Woodlake Golf and Lodge in Tazewell. Their stay and play packages include comfortable lodging and tee times on their Par 72 Championship course, recognized by Golf Digest as one of America's best. After your round, enjoy a great meal at the on-site steakhouse, known for quality food and a welcoming atmosphere. Plus, take advantage of their pool, tennis courts, and more. Visit woodlakelodge.com or call to book your golf package. And follow them on Facebook for the latest events and specials.
Listen for details on Big Ticket. Brought to you by Food City Certified Angus Beef and Low T Center on WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, 99.1. The Sports Animal.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Wrangler. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles to kickstart your day. Last night's Thunder win over the San Antonio Spurs was all about experience in the big moment versus inexperience in the big spot. OKC has been there and done that, winning the championship last year. The Spurs haven't, and that's what propelled OKC to a big win. I'm Nick Costos.
furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance. Strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us as we begin hour number 2. Multiple messages came in, Swain, when I mentioned the SEC going away from Cupcake Week in November. Remember, they're going to 10 power conference games with the 9th conference game.
Yeah.
Multiple saying, well, Kentucky becomes Cupcake Week. You have to be careful there. Will Stein, new coach at Kentucky.
I guess they are until they're not.
We can ask Braden Gall, 440 Sports, who joins us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline. Be careful what you either predict or ask for. Braden, what would you say to the idea that Kentucky will be Tennessee's Cupcake Week in football?
I mean, look, what are college athletics, what are sports in general if we're not going to talk trash to the teams we don't like? Like what?
That is very true, yes.
What's the point? I mean, like, yes, you want to win and everything, but, like, isn't – like, if I'm playing against my brother, like, I need to be able to run my mouth about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's a guy that I like.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Although it is coming from the person who we have discussed. They were in the final 2, his best-of-3 series, whereas was afraid to talk about a national championship for Tennessee's baseball team. So I do want that on the record as well, Braden.
That's different. That's completely different. There's a difference between superstition and just, like, tradition. You know, those are 2 different things.
That's true.
That's true. All right, Braden, what has stood out for you the most during spring meetings? All the comments from everyone, coaches, ADs, presidents, everybody.
I mean, it's hard to, like, get to all of those details, you know, to your point about Cupcake Week or whatever, or when you compare what's going on with this Senate legislation, right? I mean, the SEC and its decision-making and the Big Ten and its decision-making, like, we've been covering this for so long. They know they have problems. They know they're discussing, you know, things like, you know, breaking away and self-governance, and we know they're trying to work through collective bargaining and, you know, all kinds of other stuff around NIL money, like we expanded college football playoff, et cetera. But, like, at some point, I always kind of thought that this congressional avenue was going to be like the only way it would work, but I had no faith in it working. And now that I've kind of seen it, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to kind of look through the details of it. It's very fresh, where there's an actual bipartisan agreement in the Senate on this enormous bill to sort of address many of these issues in light of the House settlements and antitrust law violations and everything else. Like, it's so complicated that even when you get a bill that you think is an agreed upon bill, you're like, well, does this really help the Big Ten? Does this really help the SEC? So, like, the point is like, I'm not sure we're any closer today than we were last week. And we have an agreement with a Democrat and a Republican in the Senate, which seems like an insane thing to even report that is happening in America today. So, like, I don't know what to think, guys. Even in a bill that has a ton of really interesting language that could be good, there's probably a ton of devil in the details, and you got to learn what everything's there. Same thing with expansion of the playoffs. Same thing with, super conference self-governance, whatever you want to call it. Like, all these different things, it's all going to be in the details. And until we know all the details, I don't know. Like, it's going to be really hard for the average fan to understand what's happening. And it's like, guys, just wake me up when the football's in the air.
Yes.
Like, I think that's how a lot of fans are looking at this.
Yes.
How much diving have you been able to do into the football as we've gone through spring practice, and we've talked about how you don't even fully grasp what the rosters are yet? You're still trying to even figure out who plays where. How much have you been able to do that to this point as we're about to enter June?
I try. Like, that's what, on our show, SEC Football Live, everywhere you get your podcast and on YouTube. Like, we've looked at the quarterback battles. I looked at the 6 new coaches and tried to set expectations around these 6 coaches. For example, I think Auburn could be better than people think. I think Florida's definitely going to be better than people think. Maybe Ole Miss is worse than people think. Arkansas is going to be exactly as everyone thinks. And so, like, we've spent time trying to look at new coordinators and schedules and new coaches and quarterback battles and, look at all this stuff. And it's like, as soon as you start to talk about anything, you're immediately brought back into, well, we don't know about the playoff format. Oh, we don't know about if the transfers happen. Like, we don't. It's just it's so hard to stay focused on. Number one, to your point, and we've talked about this. It's just so hard to know exactly what any one given team's offensive line is going to be like unless you know that all 5 starters are back or 4 out of 5 starters are back. Then you can look at that unit and say that's going to be pretty good. Number one, it's just so hard to know, but also we don't really know what the rules are going to be. And maybe in this season we do, but we don't know what the rules are going to be. And I think it's hard to focus on the little things when the big things are so overwhelming. And again, I think that's why, I don't envy being a fan. And here's the other thing. I understand fans turning away from all of this stuff. And what it's going to do is it's going to decrease interest in the sport across the country. It's already happening in areas like the West Coast and non-Big Ten SEC areas. They still love their team, but they don't care about the playoff. Like, people that are going to be in Pullman, Washington for Washington State fans, they don't care about the playoff anymore. They care about Washington State. They care about the new Pac-12. They care about the regional rivals with Washington or Oregon. But they're not paying attention to who's going to get into the 12 seed or what. That's not what they care about anymore. And I'm concerned about the interest in the health of the sport, where it's kind of a punchline that we say, well, the NFL, they have figured out how to capture your attention every 2 weeks with a new event, even in the off season. Mm-hmm. And outside of one chunk of time, they dominate our sports calendar. And while we don't like that necessarily, we're kind of annoyed by it or whatever, it provides fans with fresh content, fresh discussions, fresh ideas, more knowledge of their teams, a better view of the future. And that creates interest, for lack of, for better or for worse. And I feel like, whereas in the offseason, we used to spend so much time discussing trajectory and player growth and coaching staff and scheme and new metrics and all this fun stuff that allowed us to enjoy the game more. I feel like now we're all I need a break, dude. I'm going to watch golf. I feel like that's what's happening, and I don't think that's good for the game long-term and big picture.
You mentioned the new coaches that you guys are talking about over there at 440 Sports. Which new coach do you think is put in the best position to have the most success in year one?
Well, Pete Golding is in the best position to probably have success year one. He's got a Heisman Trophy quarterback and Heisman Trophy running back coming back. He's a team that was the best team maybe in modern school history. The defensive staff is largely intact. If you're talking short term, they are in a pretty good position to try to maintain what they have been able to accomplish under Lane Kiffin. Their schedule gets harder, and the teams around them are getting better. And I just don't think I think he's too chaotic. I don't think he's the long-term answer. So I think they could lose an extra game and be 9-3, and people think it's a major step back, but really it's just kind of what it is. But 9 wins is a pretty good season for an SEC coach or any coach making their head coaching debut. I think Florida's roster and the coaching staff that John Summerall's building, I think, is probably in the best shape long term. I really like that trajectory in that program. I think while Napier did a lot of silly and ridiculous things, they upgraded the talent significantly, 1 to 85. from when Dan Mullen was there, and he's going to capitalize on that, I think, pretty quickly. Look, I think Will Stein's a really good coach. I think it's going to be really interesting to watch a new offense at Kentucky, but that schedule's so hard. I'm not setting the bar high there. I think Arkansas has major problems as it pertains to all this stuff, and that leads us to Lane Kiffin at LSU, and that leads us, to Alex Golesh at Auburn. I think Auburn is better than we think, but still a middle-of-the-pack team. So the question is, with LSU, how good can they be and how quickly? And ultimately, it feels like Ole Miss is going to leak water throughout the next year and a half, 2 years, and it feels like LSU is just going to get better. So the question is sort of when do those two ships pass in the night kind of thing? And it could be, of course, I think it's week 4 when LSU goes to Oxford. That could be a pretty jarring, eye-opening experience for whichever team loses. So I don't like the idea that LSU or Ole Miss are going to compete for national championships this year. And maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think you're asking a lot of Kiffin in his first year with a new roster, and I think you're asking a lot of Pete Golding with zero experience to sort of have 11-1 type seasons where they challenge the powers that be. Because remember, it's not just Texas and Georgia. Oklahoma's bringing back Mateer. They're pretty salty. Alabama's got a really great roster. Texas A&M's probably number 3 in the conference. And so there's just a lot of really tough football teams. And that doesn't include Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, Missouri, all these good football teams. So I think Ole Miss is in a good position to come out of the box really well. I think LSU is probably the best team by the end of the year. I think Auburn and Florida could overachieve. But I don't know if any of these coaches are in the playoff in year one. I think it's a lot of interesting expectation setting, though, across the conference.
Hey, before you go, you mentioned John Summerall in Florida. We'll see what happens there. As a millennial UT grad, are you sad that the annual Florida game is no longer for Tennessee?
Oh, yeah. Look, Alabama and Tennessee have shown us millennials in the last handful of years how cool that thing probably was before I was born, or even when I was a child in the 80s, I guess. And so, when you think of the SEC on CBS theme song, there's always one game that comes into your mind. And for me, a child of, middle school, high school in the 90s in the state of Tennessee, when I hear that music, I think Florida, Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee, Alabama. And so, yeah, I would rather play Florida every year as a fan than Alabama. And I think anyone over 45 years old probably totally disagrees with me on that. And I don't know what people think who are 20 years old. Frankly, about anything, but about what the rivalry is that matters the most to Tennessee. Maybe it's Georgia. I don't know. So I personally, Florida's my favorite and biggest rival. But that's because I am of a certain age. And so I know older folks value Alabama and younger folks may value, Vanderbilt. Who knows what it turns into.
Yep. Experience affects perspective for sure. What is going on at 440 Sports for folks to check out?
All kinds of stuff. Made a big announcement today, actually, about our new partnerships covering Nashville SC, 440, 615 Soccer. We've combined forces to offer the best possible coverage of Nashville SC. Look, they're the best team in America right now. They're the best club in MLS. They have a chance to set all kinds of records this year. Their last match was Saturday during the World Cup. We've got the World Cup coming, so we're going to be covering all U.S. men's national team action and World Cup action there. So it's just a great event. It's, people, we're excited about the Super Bowl, but 1.5 billion people are going to watch the World Cup final, and that's 10 times the size of the Super Bowl. So just get excited about soccer. So we're covering Nashville SC, Club and Country Podcast, 440 Sports, 615 Soccer, all that good stuff. We've got SEC coverage on SEC Football Live. We've got Preds coverage because we're, 120 days into a general managing search that could be coming to an end this week. And so Gold Standard covering the Preds. We got Titans coverage as Carnell Tate looked great on a practice field last week with Cam Ward. A lighter, more svelte Cam Ward, down 10 pounds, looked pretty good last week. So Titans fans are excited. So all of our coverage, 440 Sports, social media, podcast app, and YouTube, 440 Sports. Check us out, please. We got something for you, I promise.
440 Sports. Braden, we appreciate the time as always, and we will talk again soon.
Always, guys.
Braden Gall, 440 Sports, joining us on the Stanley Fencing and Gates Hotline.
They're doing everything. Braden doing everything over there. Everything.
With the Club and Country podcast that's covering Nashville SC in the world of soccer, would you say that they kick around topics?
They do.
On each show?
Mm-hmm. They definitely kick around topics. Score a lot of goals, I'm sure, too. But, hey, Josh, it's good to have you back, man.
Good to be back. 865-656.
Nice reminder that you are indeed back.
9900. We've already had multiple dad joke-related texts coming in. Again, feeling like they got to make up for
They've
lost
been
time.
really good this week, Josh.
That's what I heard. I heard a good review of yesterday's dad joke on
we
Josh
are
and Swain.
1-0 this week. Josh, you hear that?
Well, we'll see if today's can be 1% better. That's also the goal every day. 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us here on the show, presented by Junk Beyond on Josh and Swain.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1, the Sports Animal, free anytime, anywhere.
Amish Elegance Fine Custom Furniture located at 613 North Campbell Station Road in Farragut. Online at AmishElegance.com. You can check out the website to learn more about Amish Elegance, a family-owned business that has been in business more than 10 years. If you have thought about Amish-made furniture, if that's something you've been interested in, Amish Elegance is where you can go. They have a great staff, great team in place to help you with whatever you need. You can see what they have available in the showroom. That can perhaps inspire you to figure out what you want. They can help you design exactly what you want at Amish Elegance. And then after you figure out the plans, the style, every specification, the team at Amish Elegance will hand those plans over to the Amish families they work with to build beautiful furniture. It can be designed for you, and it will be built to last for generations. The difference is in the quality. You can see and feel that quality for yourself when you stop by 613 North Campbell Station Road in Farragut. You can also start online at AmishElegance.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
It's time to transform your old, outdated kitchen into the dream space you and your family want. Kitchen Sales can make those dreams a reality. Kitchen Sales carries the largest selection of fine kitchen and bathroom cabinetry that ranges from a more affordable line all the way up to a fully custom line. See the selection for yourself at one of their two amazing showrooms, Hoyt Avenue, just off Cherry Street, and in the Town and Country Circle near Best Buy. For more information, go to kitchensales.net.
Kitchen Sales, cabinets and countertops. We are the place to shop. Come on down.
Spring is in the air. Time to clear out the garage, shed, or spare room. Junk Be Gone has dumpsters in stock and offers same-day delivery. Rent any 15-yard dumpster in May and get 2 days free. Perfect for remodels or roof replacements. Their dumpster rentals include up to 2 tons of debris. Give them a buzz at 865-675-JUNK. Junk Be Gone, proudly the #1 junk removal company for 20 years. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal.
East Tennessee, this is your Cadillac Casanova, and this Memorial Day, I want to begin with what matters most. We pause to honor the brave men and women who gave their lives for our freedom. At Cadillac of Knoxville, we stand with our veterans, our Gold Star families, and everyone who serves. And as we honor their legacy, we're opening our doors with gratitude, offering Memorial Day savings for those ready to drive forward and something truly exceptional. From our Cadillac family to yours, thank you. We remember, we honor, and if a new Cadillac is part of your journey this Memorial Day, it would be our privilege to help you find it.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Discover lasting relief and renewed vitality at Marble City Family Chiropractic, now offering MLS cold laser therapy
therapy, a cutting-edge, non-invasive treatment that promotes cellular regeneration and healing, ideal for conditions like arthritis, neck and back injuries, herniated discs, knee pain, bursitis, sprains, sports injuries, carpal tunnel, tennis and golf elbow, sciatica, and plantar fasciitis. The treatment is painless and the results are long-lasting. Schedule your appointment today. MarbleCityChiropractic.com or call 766-2081.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. Wade texted in, I got one for you, Josh, which means he has one for you, Swain. The waiter asked me if I wanted a box for my leftovers. I told her I don't like to fight. Box?
Okay. Yeah.
You like that?
2-0. 2-0. That's good.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good.
I thought it was good, too.
Yeah, it's good. We on a roll this week, man.
Well, time is of the essence. We're already halfway through the Wednesday show.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready for the 145 portion of Wednesday's show.
We are eagerly anticipating Austin Price, as we always do. He joins us every week, thanks to Colossal Productions, but they had an important recruiting weekend this past weekend. We'll talk about that.
That's right. Some ballers in town.
But over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking to Austin about the upcoming summer workout time. You've spent the last several years talking about, hey, this is a key time. Every offseason, we talk about the importance of June and July, that final stretch before the season is here. And in this case, we've talked about summer workouts for Chaz Coleman, who last week was on On3's top 100 list, which I was surprised to see.
Yeah. Shouldn't have been on that list.
Yeah, but Chaz is one of Tennessee's highest paid players. He is one of Tennessee's most talented players. And they brought him in as an expected immediate impact player on defense with some key guys they left. Joshua Josephs left. Tyree West left. Those are guys that were drafted in the NFL. And then Caleb Herring and Jordan Ross transferred out. So there are a number of players that need to be replaced, and Chaz Coleman was brought in to be one of those guys. So we'll see what his status is with the start of summer workouts.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting time for Tennessee football because you're bringing in a strength coach that is trying to fix the issues that this program has had from a strength standpoint, from discipline and toughness standpoint, and in doing so, you got to come in hot. You got to come in hot with a level of accountability, whether you are a starter or not. The new guy has to make sure that everybody understands first, and it's easier to kind of let up than to start off easy and then get harder. And so Owens is coming in hot, man. Everybody has to walk that line together, and he's not going to care about Chaz Coleman coming in and having all this talent. Like, his job is to make sure that this football team is the toughest mentally, physically, that everyone is being held accountable and being held to the same standard. And it's just a really bad time for Chaz to have the things that he has right now going on, because Owens, he can't he can't budge. He just can't.
Yep. We get all these lists. I mentioned the On3 list. That was top 100 players in college football, not just transfers, players. And Chaz was on there. Again, both of us were surprised to see him on the list, but he was number 63 in the country on the list. I saw The Athletic put together a top 100 impact transfer list. Chaz did not make it. There was one Tennessee transfer who made it. It was a player from Penn State. It was not the Penn State player I expected, by the way. It was Amari Campbell, linebacker. And he could be it. I thought maybe Xavier Gillum would be on there. But Amari Campbell is number 40 on the list of The Athletic's top 100 impact transfers in college football for this season. There were a couple of players who left Tennessee that made the list. Lance Hurd, who left Tennessee to go to Kentucky.
Had a good year last year for Tennessee.
Yeah, he was a good player. He was number 22.
That's high.
And then there was another player, defensive back, Ricky Gibson, who did not play much for Tennessee. He was injured in the opener. That was it for him this past season. He is now at Texas A&M.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Tennessee will play a number of the transfers on this list, as you would expect. Many of the top transfers. Care to guess who the number one transfer is, according to The Athletic?
Brennan Sorsby.
No. Actually, did he make the list?
Why wouldn't he make the list?
No. There's a note at the beginning. Some big names who transferred but are taking backup roles, suffered injuries, or could be unavailable, parentheses, Brennan Sorsby won't be on this list. Number 1 is Cam Coleman, Texas wide receiver. Number 2 is Jordan Seaton, LSU offensive tackle. Number 3 is Darian Mensah, quarterback now at Miami. Number 4 is Sam Levitt, LSU quarterback. Number 5 is Drew Mestemaker, who went from North Texas to Oklahoma State with his head coach. Josh Hoover, TCU quarterback, who went to Indiana, is number 6. Prince Will Yu, who went to LSU at the edge position, he's number 8. Just trying to find some notable ones for Tennessee fans. Rasheem Biles left Pitt to go to Texas. He is number 11. Byram Brown, Auburn quarterback, is number 12.
Yeah, he's gonna be interesting, man, because he has a lot to prove, along with a lot of those guys who transferred from South Florida to Auburn. And there was that video out of his throwing motion, which is not the prettiest,
right?
But it's about getting the job done. Doesn't matter. Phillip Rivers didn't have a pretty release either, and there's some guys who are in the NBA who don't have a pretty release, but it goes in, and that's all that matters. So that's going to be really fascinating to see how those guys adjust to the SEC coming over from South Florida. But yeah, man, like he has a chance to be Auburn's Hendon Hooker.
One other player I thought was notable, we've talked about him, Georgia Tech running back Justice Haynes. He was really good at Michigan before suffering a foot injury this past season, and he is now at Georgia Tech, which Tennessee will play in week 2.
Yeah, we'll have to bust him up a little bit.
Yeah.
No, we'll have to bust him up a little bit, man. Sorry, Justice, you don't have that same offensive line you was running behind in Alabama.
Yeah, or Michigan.
Yeah.
But they'll play a physical style at Georgia Tech. Tennessee will have to be ready for it. That's part of what Derek Owings is trying to get Tennessee ready for this upcoming season. But 2 impact transfers on Tennessee's roster for this upcoming season. Actually, sorry, 1 on Tennessee's roster, Amari Campbell, 2 that left the roster. We'll move on from this segment. 865-656-9900.
That was a bad joke.
Corey sent in, we'll finish the segment on this. Corey sent in a classic. You ready?
What you got?
What did the drummer name his newborn twin daughters?
Newborn twin daughters. I don't know.
And a 1 and a 2.
And a 1 and a 2. All righty.
And the number to join us is 865-656-9900. A Chaz Coleman update in 13 to 14 minutes with Austin Price. We're with you for 90 minutes here on Josh and Swain.
It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City, certified Angus beef and low T center.
10-5. Yeah, baby. Touchdown.
You could win season tickets to the following: UT football, UT men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, or the Ice Bears.
Shot, score!
Listen for where we'll be broadcasting, show up and register, and become a finalist. And at the end of the show, you could be one of 2 selected finalists. The grand prize drawing will be held at the Southern Life Expo in July. Complete details on our website at 991thesportsanimal.com. It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City Certified Angus Beef and Low T Center, on your station for Tennessee sports, 99.1.
It's the place for sports.
The Sports Animal.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Powell at 865-512-7542.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Major League Baseball games happening for your Wednesday, 3 o'clock. The Mariners are at the A's, 3:45. Giants host the Diamondbacks. Padres get the Phillies at 4. At 6:40, the Rays visit the Orioles. Tigers take on the Angels. Pirates host the Cubs. Braves visit the Red Sox. Reds take on the Mets at 7. 7:45, Twins visit the White Sox. Royals host the Yankees. Astros visit the Rangers at 8. Dodgers welcome the Rockies at 10. In the Western Conference Finals of the NBA playoffs, Oklahoma City took a 3-2 series lead over the San Antonio Spurs with a 127-114 win in Game 5 last night. League MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way for Oklahoma City with 32 points. Game 6 is Thursday night back in San Antonio. Stanley Cup playoffs in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights have advanced to the Stanley Cup final with a 2-1 win in Game 4 last night to sweep the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. They will await the winner of Carolina and Montreal. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight. Carolina leads the series 2-1. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford with more than 450 vehicles in stock right now. If you check out the website, tedrussellford.net, which allows you to see all the different vehicles they have available, and they make the search very easy. When you go to the website, you can look for the exact type of vehicle that you are interested in, whether it's a truck, and there are different options that they have available. You can search specifically for what you're looking for with the Ford F-Series, their Ranger, their Maverick, their Super Duty trucks, their work trucks. If you need a fleet of trucks, learn about their work truck options they have available, the Isuzu commercial vehicles that they have available. And when you get in touch with Ted Russell Ford, they can talk with you, work with you on exactly what you need. If you need an SUV, they have the Ford Explorer or the Ford Expedition as great large SUV options, or the Ford Edge or the Ford Escape, or learn about what they have with the Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport right now. They have employee pricing available. You can take advantage of the savings available right now, closing out the month of May. Stop by Kingston Pike or Parkside Drive or shop online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Did you know about 75% of adults have never done any estate planning, or they need to update what they did years ago? This is A.H., host of the Eric Gaines Show and co-host of the Organized Investor Show. The team at Tennessee Wealth Management right here in Knoxville has an unlimited subscription with Trust and Will, and we're offering to help you tackle this at no cost and no obligation. This online option fits about 95% of people. If you're in the other 5% with a more complex situation, we can explain the flat fee attorney option. You don't have to be a client or attend our workshop or even come to the office. You do have to have a brief chat with Jerry Goodman or Jared Hubbard to confirm you're in that 95% group. If so, we'll email you a link to get started, and they're also available for questions along the way. For details, catch the Organized Investor Show Saturdays at 11, Sundays at 9, or visit theorganizedinvestor.com. And to begin, call Jerry Goodman at 865-415-2070. Again, Jerry Goodman at 415-2070. Remember, past performance is no guarantee of future results, and returns will vary depending on investment objectives and tolerance for risk.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spring is in the air. Time to clear out the garage, shed, or spare room. Junk Be Gone has dumpsters in stock and offers same-day delivery. Rent any 15-yard dumpster in May and get 2 days free. Perfect for remodels or roof replacements. Their dumpster rentals include up to 2 tons of debris. Give them a buzz at 865-675-JUNK. Junk Be Gone, proudly the #1 junk removal company for 20 years. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal.
Three-pointer in the air. Yes, sir. Give it go. Slam, sir.
Tennessee basketball season ticket renewals are underway for Vol and Lady Vol Hoops. The deadline to renew season tickets is June 17th. Don't miss your chance to experience the exciting seasons ahead in Food City Center. Be a part of the rowdiest home court in the SEC. Renew your season tickets now before the June 17th deadline. More information at allvols.com.
For nearly 20 years, Myers Yardscapes has served the Knoxville area with reliable, high-quality lawn care and landscaping. Whether you need weekly yard service, custom hardscapes, or professional grounds maintenance for homeowners associations, our team takes pride in delivering results that make your outdoor space shine. Call Myers Yardscapes today and experience service rooted in hard work and strong relationships. 865-567-4982. Myers Yardscapes, we make your outdoors beautiful.
Join Eric Ainge and Brian Rice on Friday, 9 to noon at Rusty Wallace Honda on Callahan Drive. Come check out the great deals on new and used vehicles at the intersection of Selection, I-75 and Callahan Drive. Friday, 9 to noon, Rusty Wallace Honda.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
Interruptions will always come up at work, but with built-in intelligence and optimized battery, the Dell Pro powered by Intel Core Ultra with vPro is built for those who stay in the flow. Built for you. Dell.com/Dell-Pro.
We're watching plenty of cloud cover, but by the early afternoon, starting to see some spotty chances of showers returning into the forecast. Could see some thunderstorm activity, but all rain will be clearing as we're heading into sunset. Temperatures for the day will be in the upper 70s and low 80s. Definitely going to be feeling that humidity. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Desmall.
Spring is in the air. Time to clear out the garage, shed, or spare room. Junk Be Gone has dumpsters in stock and offers same-day delivery. Rent any 15-yard dumpster in May and get 2 days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal. Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. This will be a shorter segment as we turn around into our next segment to talk to Austin Price. We'll talk Tennessee football. I ran us long last segment, Swain, with dad jokes, so I apologize for that.
It's all right.
First day back.
No, it was a good dad joke.
It was good.
It wasn't a knee slapper, but it was good.
Yeah, we appreciate the input in the text box. We'll have this for you this segment. So Steve Sarkisian had his comments to USA Today a few weeks ago, making the basket weaving joke or comment, whatever, and Pete Golding said, no problem. Actually, appreciate it. If I'm a transfer, I'd rather take basket weaving than biology, so thanks for help there. Then he was asked, what about Lane? Did he hit you up after the Vanity Fair piece where talked about parents of recruits, like, I can't bring my kid here, state of Mississippi. And Pete Golding said, Lane hits me up every day. I get 12 messages a day from him. I have to decide, what do I look at, what do I do?
Yeah,
so no concern with Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I'm sure Lane is active on the text thread and on his phone.
I don't know if it's been updated with new coaches coming in. Isn't there an SEC coaches group chat?
That's what
a real thing.
Heard from Lane.
Yeah.
So There's a reason why folks didn't really want to go to Ole Miss before Lane got there.
Right.
And Lane made Ole Miss cooler, but
come to the SIP.
They can get all upset about it if they want to.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But at least publicly, Pete Golding unbothered by it.
No, man. He shouldn't be bothered by it because at the end of the day, players care about how much they're getting paid and the playing time opportunities and if they're going to have a chance to play at the next level.
Yeah. So as far as I can tell, Pete Golding handled it perfectly, meeting with the media today, talking about what other coaches have said about Ole Miss. We'll talk about Tennessee when we come back. Austin Price of VolQuest joins us on Josh and Swain.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Spring cleaning is in full swing, and if you're hosting a graduation party or family get-togethers, Zero Res can help you get your home ready. Get carpets cleaned for just $35 per room and stairs for only $35 as well, plus 50% off the standard price. Plus, how about another $50 off air duct cleaning? No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals, just deeper clean that lasts longer. Appointments are filling up fast, so visit the website, ZeroResKnoxville.com. ZeroResKnoxville.com to book today.
Bourbon and Beyond, the world's largest bourbon food and music festival, takes over Louisville, Kentucky this September. Featuring performances from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Hootie and the Blowfish, Cheap Trick, Counting Crows, and dozens more. You could win a trip for two with a 5-night hotel stay, $1,500 cash for your travel, and a pair of 4-day Mint VIP passes. Listen weekdays for the national text keywords. Prize provided by Danny Winmer Presents, powered locally by Sergeant Pepperoni Pizza. Details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Is your backyard ready for blooming flowers, sunny afternoons, and family gatherings? Well, Tennessee Deck and Fence can help. We're your local experts in fencing and decks, offering beautiful designs and top quality materials to enhance your home's security and style. And the best part? Our approach is no pressure. We'll work with you to create a dream outdoor space that fits your needs as well as your budget. Don't wait to embrace the beauty of spring. Call Tennessee Deck and Fence today, 865-304-0955, or visit TennesseeDeckandFence.com to schedule your free consultation.
Do you want your next event to be the one they'll be talking about for years? Whether a watch party, wedding, tailgate, or corporate event, it's time to make your event legendary. With Colossal Productions, future celebrations will never be the same after you experience one of our colossal 14 or 16-foot video walls. Whether a business owner, event planner, or party thrower, Colossal Productions has a video wall that will make your next get-together unlike any other. See the visuals for yourself at ColossalProductions.com and book yours today. Colossal Productions, where every event becomes legendary.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
You've probably never heard of Lancaster, Tennessee. It's where I grew up on our family's farm.
Now tell them the whole story, John.
That's Chelsea, my wife. And what she means is I'm the 8th generation to grow up on our farm in Smith County.
And our boys make generation number 9.
I grew crops on this land, and I grew 2 great businesses.
Now John's growing a movement in his campaign for governor.
Tennessee needs a governor with CEO experience, someone tough like Trump.
Even President Trump tells people John is fantastic, and he really is.
President Trump makes tough decisions. That's what CEOs do, and it's what I'll do as governor. With our cities booming and people moving into our state like crazy, our governor will have to make tough decisions to keep Tennessee conservative.
A CEO who's tough like Trump. Yep, that's what we need, even if I am a little biased.
I'm John Rose. I'm asking for your support.
Pretty good for a farm boy, isn't it? Paid for by John Rose for governor.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Saturday, May 30th, Food City Center. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
The All-American Spa Sale is happening this weekend only at Dynasty Spas. Save up to 70% off select swim spas and spas that are factory direct. These spas have minor cosmetic imperfections, so they can't be sold as new. Dynasty Spas, I-75 exit 49 in Athens.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Next to Jason Swain, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver, I'm Josh Ward. And we are excited to go to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline to welcome to the show Austin Price of VolQuest.com. He joins us every week thanks to Colossal Productions with their massive mobile LED screens they can bring to your next event. Check out ColossalProductions.com. Austin, thank you for the time as always. And Austin, with VolQuest, part of the On3 network. And Austin, here in the last 10 minutes or so at On3.com, a report from Pete Nakos and Chris Lowe on the status of Chaz Coleman, mentioning that he was absent from the back half of volunteer spring practice, and now with the deadline to report for summer workouts, his status with Tennessee continues to be monitored and has yet to report to Knoxville. Again, I'm reading from the report, and it has a quote from Josh Heupel today at SEC spring meetings saying, quote, Chaz has been dealing with some things. We're here to support him. We'll continue to go through that process. So we've talked about this with you over the last few weeks, I guess last few months at this point. What do you make of the latest there with the report from On3 and Josh Heupel's quote today down in Destin?
Yeah, last week I said I'd be shocked if he wasn't back. That's based off just some things that had went on off the field that were real positive, trending type stuff for Chaz and off the field type stuff in his personal life. But, color me shocked on this Wednesday that he's not made it back. I put on VolQuest that he wasn't supposed to be back until today. The staff knew that, but he's yet to make it to town. And at this point, until he does, then, it kind of is what it is. I mean, there's not a lot of optimism until he makes it back to town that he's going to make it back to town. And, I think he's talked to Rodney Garner earlier this week. I don't think he's had a lot of conversations otherwise. And obviously they're trying to tightrope the Grand Canyon in this deal because you want to be there for the kid because he does got some stuff going on off the field. But at the same time, you don't want another situation like you had last summer where a kid, no shows for a stretch and, the team just struggles with that. And so, anytime, Swain, what happened when you missed or your teammates missed, or whatever, you did something you weren't supposed to do. you ran the sand pits, you ran hills over there. You had to do things to kind of bring yourself back into the fray, and all, that can only happen is if he shows back up. Otherwise, I would say Josh Heupel, they can monitor all they want, but at some point he'll have to rip the Band-Aid off of this situation and probably move on if he doesn't come back.
Yeah, it's a balancing act for Josh Heupel because you want to be there individually for a young man who's going through a tough time, but at the same time you want to maintain the culture of your football team, and you don't want what happened last year with Book Carter to happen again. And you hired a strength coach to come in and not allow that to happen with the discipline and setting the standard. And so you're giving him that freedom to do that. And so you can't let Chaz continue to not be there because it's going to risk the locker room. So it's not an easy decision at all for Josh Heupel or any of the coaches. But at the same time, I think we're getting to the point where you're going to have to make a tough decision one way or the other. And to add on to that, AP, I didn't miss.
Swain was at those workouts.
I didn't miss.
He might have to run on behalf of some other teammates. That might have happened.
Hey, 865 live event this past weekend recruiting. What was the highlights from that? What kind of ground do you think Tennessee covered with some of the top prospects?
You didn't miss is the equivalent of a coach that coached 20 years ago saying that he never paid a player under the table because once he was out, and he could stick to his story.
You call Johnny Long and you report back.
Johnny Long is nowhere to be found. He's on an island somewhere drinking margaritas. 865 Live, I thought Tennessee did well with Antoine Jackson, kid out of Collierville, Memphis area, and that's a Tennessee-Alabama battle. Ole Miss also in play there as we head into official visits. But they got him onto campus this weekend. They'll get him on campus the last weekend, that's June 19th, for his official visits. I thought Tennessee did really well with M.J. Evans on his official visits, the defensive lineman from Alabama, Birmingham area. Felt like Tennessee did a nice job there. Now, he's got a lot more set up to do and go see. So the question is did they set the bar to the point where he's always going, man, that didn't beat Tennessee, or was it just good and then somebody else kind of washes Tennessee's visit away a week from now or 2 weeks from now? We'll see. But it definitely felt like they did a nice job there. Caden Moss, big offensive tackle. I think Tennessee showed well, but I think Ole Miss is going to be willing to throw such a big number at him. I don't think Tennessee can they be competitive for him? Or does Ole Miss just offer such a big amount? I mean, let's face it. A year from now, in theory, you've got David Sanders back, right? And Ori Williams should be back. You got Gabe Osenda, who's going to be moving up the depth chart. Blair, same thing. So I mean, does it, Kamari Blair, does it behoove you to go and pay a bunch of money for a guy who's not going to play right away? I mean, I would tell you no. Again, that's where you've got to be smart about the money you spend. It's okay to go big, but go big on a position where hey, I've got to have this, I got to have that. Not hey, it's a luxury. I think that's why you've seen more parity in college football. 2 years ago, Ohio State was the 8th seed, and they won the national title. Miami was the 10 this past year and played for the national title. And so I think you see more and more parity across college football because nobody can stockpile a position. Nobody can stockpile a team like they could 4 or 5 years ago when Georgia and Alabama had, a 4 deep that, would beat most people's number ones. So, I think you have to be smart about how you kind of go about things when you're going through the process. So with Moss, can they be competitive enough? Because I do think he's got some relationships here that give Tennessee a real shot. But if it's just a straight, highest bidder deal, then it's probably not going to be Tennessee.
Austin Price, VolQuest.com, joining us thanks to Colossal Productions. When do you look at this class to decide if, hey, this is going in the right direction for how the staff wants it to go? Is it the end of June? Is it after David Gabriel Georges makes his announcement? When do you start to really look at this class to figure out how it's trending?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you listen. I talk to enough fans. I mean, the fans are so into the portal. Mm-hmm. Like the high school recruiting, a kid going elsewhere doesn't really bother them. Right now, the only one they're focused on is David Gabriel Georges. Like everybody else is like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got him. Okay. Oh, we lost him. Okay. Like he's the needle mover. He is the pulse. So, yeah, after his decision. But, I mean, realistically, mid to late July, you'll get a better feel for it. I don't really go panicking about – I mean, look, Georgia's, ranked 17th and on 3. Alabama's not even in the top 25. Tennessee's not in the top 25. I don't really worry about that stuff because now, your roster is not solely dictated off recruiting. It's dictated off both. So if you can get the right recruits and the right transfers and have a combination, you may not be ranked super high in either, but your roster may be better off in the long haul. So it's hard for fans because they've got to adjust to a new line of thinking, a new way of thinking. But I think that's kind of where you're at. I think fans, donors, heck, even the coaches for that matter, have to kind of adjust to a new way of thinking. It's not as black and white as one used to be when it was, are you top 10? Are you top 5? Are you ranked in the top 25 in recruiting? You can have a good class and you just don't take that many kids and you're not ranked that high.
The days of winning the PR with recruiting kids in state, are those days over?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, like I said, listen, I love Kenny Simon as much as the next guy. I mean, that's Kevin Simon's kid, right? But there was no gnashing of teeth when he went to Alabama, and he went to Alabama. I mean, I just think that fans just look at it so different now because most kids aren't going to go straight to the field, and people just don't panic about a kid going elsewhere anymore because you can go get good players out of the portal. And let's face it, if you've done a good job the last couple of years and you develop the roster retention for players like Marion Dye and Rodarius Jackson and people like that, if they have really good years, will be far more important than signing Kenny Simon, Jarrell Chandler, David Gabriel Georges or whoever else. So, again, it's a different time. Both are important. Listen, recruiting high school players is still important. It's just not the end-all, be-all that it was when you were a recruit or even 5 years ago. So it's just a different time, and it doesn't make it good or bad. And it certainly doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about it. I just know a lot of fans have started to gravitate that way because there's so much moving around. Now, you change some of these some of these policies as far as you may get a one-time transfer and that's it, and kids can't bounce every 5 seconds. They'll probably care a little bit more because kids won't be able to bounce around and leverage and stuff. And you'll really care if you've got a kid on his second school, right? Like if a kid leaves after his freshman year and transfers, you're going to feel pretty good about that kid because, for him to transfer again, he'd have to set out.
Yeah.
But will they ever get to that point to where they can lock that in without going to court and everything else?
Yeah.
Yep. We'll see when we can get to that point. They're working on it. In the meantime, they're covering the crazy times that are at VolQuest.com. That's with Tennessee football, recruiting, baseball getting ready for the regional, basketball all the time. VolQuest.com. Hey, Austin, thank you for the time as always. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Austin Price joining us, and he joins us every week thanks to Colossal Productions. If you're getting ready for your next big event, get in touch with Colossal Productions. See how they can help take your next event, if you're putting together a watch party for sure, to the next level. ColossalProductions.com is their website. They provide delivery, setup of large screen LED video walls in East Tennessee. We have relied on Colossal Productions with events right here at the station. We mentioned with the Bologna Showdown a few weeks ago. Colossal Productions on site. Help take it to another level. Check them out online, colossalproductions.com. We have another hour to go. We'll talk more about Chaz Coleman, Tennessee, SEC spring meetings right here on Josh and Swain.
You ready to be your own boss without having to start from scratch? With Coverall of Eastern Tennessee, you can own a commercial cleaning business backed by a proven successful system. No experience? No problem. They provide training, support, and guaranteed customers so you can focus on gaining financial strength. Take control of your future today. Call 865-588-5200. You'll be glad you did. That's 588-5200 or coverall.com. Coverall, your business, your way. Fall Nation, big news for collectors. Sports Treasures, one of the largest and most trusted sports card and memorabilia stores in the South, has expanded. After nearly 40 years on North Broadway, Sports Treasures has opened a brand new location in Farragut, right across from Farragut High School. Find hobby boxes, singles, autographs, Tennessee Vol collectibles, memorabilia, man cave decor, and of course, the famous chip case collectors love. Follow Sports Treasures on Facebook for updates on the new Farragut location. Sports Treasures, collect the memories, treasure the moments.
This spring, art comes alive in the streets of Knoxville. Join us for Knox Wall's Murals and Music Festival, presented by Dogwood Arts, Saturday, May 30th at Emory Place in North Knox. Watch muralists go head-to-head in a one-day painting competition. Enjoy live music from local and regional favorites. 2 artists will win permanent mural commissions to leave their mark on Knoxville. Knox Wall's Murals and Music Festival, free and open to the public. Visit dogwoodarts.com for details.
Brought to you in part by The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Ange for Chafee, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. It's time to get healthy with Chafee. How about an in-duct air purifier? Unlike standard filters that only catch dust, this professional-grade unit actively kills viruses and bacteria, odors, and allergens. How about a whole-home water filtration system? We have one at the Ainge household. This system treats water at the source to provide several key benefits. Removes chlorine, saves your appliances, and softer skin and hair. Find out more by going to Chafee's website, coolingheatingplumbing.com.
Memorial Day savings are going on now at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville. Hey folks, it's Jake. This Memorial Day, celebrate freedom, family, and the American road trip with savings up to $2,900 on the hottest SUV on the road, the all-new 2027 Kia Telluride. If you have a vehicle to trade, now's the time. Get up to $5,500 over KBB value. Come celebrate American-made savings, premium selection, and a dealership experience built around you. It's the Red, White, and You sales event at Rusty Wallace Kia of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Ready to elevate your outdoor living experience? Look no further than Waterworks Pool and Spa in Oak Ridge, your one-stop shop for pool and spa solutions right here in East Tennessee. From above-ground pools and liner replacements to toys, accessories, and supplies, they have it And now Waterworks Pool and Spa offers spas of every size, from relaxing hot tubs all the way up to swim spas for fitness and family fun. Their experts will help you find the perfect chemicals to keep your water clean, clear, and safe all season long. Visit waterworkspoolandspa.com or stop by Waterworks Pool and Spa in Oak Ridge, where better backyards begin.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, 150 4th Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee lawyer will handle Tennessee cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Bourbon and Beyond, the world's largest bourbon food and music festival, takes over Louisville, Kentucky this September. Featuring performances from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Hootie and the Blowfish, Cheap Trick, Counting Crows, and dozens more. You could win a trip for two with a 5-night hotel stay, $1,500 cash for your travel, and a pair of 4-day Mint VIP passes. Listen weekdays for the national text keywords. Prize provided by Danny Winmer Presents, powered locally by Sergeant Pepperoni Pizza. Details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Listen for details on Big Ticket. Brought to you by Food City, Certified Angus Beef, and Low T Center on WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, 99.1. The Sports Animal.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Oklahoma City Thunder won Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, 127-114. The Thunder now take a 3-2 lead in this series. The Spurs now face elimination. Last night, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 32 and 9 assists. The Thunder are now one win away from getting back to the NBA Finals. Game 6 is Thursday night in San Antonio. I'm Chris Black.
Furnished by IntelliBrands. Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Get an Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. Improve your flexibility and balance, strengthen and tone your legs.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better, and it makes me feel stronger too.
My circulation is moving. I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
It's so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. And for a limited time, get a free upgrade to our deluxe bundle with a faster motor, sport mat, and wireless remote. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now. These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks to Austin Price for joining us last segment. Great guest lineup today. In the first hour, we talked to Chris Lowe of On3.com. Last hour, Braden Gall of 440 Sports. And Austin, last segment, talking Tennessee football. We began the segment talking about the news reported in the last 15, 20 minutes, or at least the update with Chaz Coleman yet to report to summer workouts in Knoxville. And the plan was for him to be here today. And so far, no update that includes him arriving. So something's got to give, I would say, at some point, and that some point probably needs to be soon. But we continue the discussion of Chaz Coleman's status as Tennessee's team. They are on to summer workouts.
You can't let it affect the team. So, I mean, you want to give an individual every opportunity that you can. Everybody's different. Every situation is different. You know, coaches are sometimes criticized because they don't immediately kick a kid off when a kid makes a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been a believer in doing that because doing what's best for the kid and your team is the most important thing. And there's opportunities to give the young man more rope. But it does come a time where you can't. And every case is different. Every situation is different. Every kid is different. But as a coach, you have to know that. And I don't know if we're at that point now with Chaz Coleman. I know that he's had a significant amount of time to be away from this football program and get himself to a position where he can potentially join. And it's really hard to expect for the defense and this team to be at its best while this continues to linger for a long time. So I just hope at the end of the day it doesn't impact the team, because I think we learned a lesson last year that not one person is bigger than a team. And listen, this is something Josh Heupel said after Nico left. No one's but a power T. Mm-hmm. Certainly someone that ain't even played here yet.
Right, he's not even worn it.
Yeah, he ain't even
besides
put it on yet.
A few maybe limited practices. So, yeah, I'm with you. There is a position that Josh Heupel is in where you want to look out for what's best for Chaz Coleman, but that also doesn't trump what's most important for the team. Josh Heupel's responsibility is to the program and to the team, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. As long as Chaz has been fully cleared for everything, I say that because I know he dealt with the vertigo issue several months ago, but assuming he's cleared to resume all activities, which is my understanding, I don't even see how it's in his best interest to be away from the team. And being part of the team, being a part of team workouts, and doing, if he intends to play football, working out with the intention to do so, I think would be in his best interest as well.
I mean, I'll just be honest here and let you know, let everyone know listening, I dealt with some mental health as a student athlete. I got hurt, and I was in a very bad place. I didn't want to be at the complex. I didn't want to be around anybody. I got help. When I got that help, my grades were better. I finished my finals on a high note. I made all A's on my final. I was tutoring my tutor when I got help. I was in a really good spot after I got help, but before that, I was in a bad spot, man. Being hurt, putting a lot of pressure on myself to, have a great year and put myself in a position to be able to provide for my family. I didn't have kids or anything like that, but I wanted to, provide for my great uncle who, brought me in as a child. And I wanted to repay him, and football was that vehicle to be able to do that. And when I was hurt, I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do that. So, I was depressed. But the best thing for me was to be around my teammates and get that support. And I was able to shift and then become a captain and become a leader and become an example for my teammates. And so, I don't think being alone and isolating yourself away from your teammates is, the best strategy here. But again, the support is there for him. And at the end of the day, Josh Heupel's going to have to make the best decision for his football team, because the team matters more than any individual.
Yep. We were asked if this was a lesser-known, not as good of a player as Chaz Coleman, would we have already closed the door on him? I mean, I don't know how much less of a player we're talking about here, but
Josh,
probably.
Josh,
yeah.
Let's not beat around the bush
here. Probably so.
Yeah. If he wasn't good, he wouldn't have this leash. And no one needs to pretend like that's abnormal. That's always been the case.
But if we're still having this same conversation a week from now with Chaz, I would be surprised. At some point, something's got to give with him. As talented as he is.
He's going to have to decide if he wants to play football or not.
Right.
And, you know, it doesn't matter if it's Tennessee, if it's Penn State, if it's LSU or Ohio State. These are all the teams that he either played with or was thinking about going when he was in the portal.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like, he's going to have to train and practice if he wants to play football. And if he doesn't want to play football, then he doesn't need to play football. But he can't spend a lot of time in the position that he's in right now because there's not a lot of coaches that's going to tolerate this. Like Josh Heupel was pretty lenient when it comes to this type of stuff. And you could say maybe too lenient, which is why he brought in Derek Owens to handle it for him. So other cases, Chaz would have been already off the team in some other cases. Mm-hmm. But he's going to have to decide if he wants to play ball, period, point blank. And for Tennessee, do you give him more time as workouts ramp up? What do you do?
So we'll see what happens. But right now, Tennessee awaits Chaz Coleman's return to Knoxville if that happens. And if it doesn't, at some point, Tennessee moves on. And by the way, who is Chaz Coleman? You might be wondering. If you don't follow on a regular basis, Chaz Coleman, a highly touted edge, played some as a freshman this past year at Penn State, played for Jim Knowles in that defense with the Nittany Lions, and transferred to Tennessee after Jim Knowles and a few of his assistants came to Tennessee. Coleman was one of Tennessee's big gets in the portal, choosing the Vols over Ohio State and LSU.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. If I was on this football team, and me having the personality and the humor that I have, because I would take a serious moment and make it unserious. I would go to Coach Heupel's office and go, "Hey, so what y'all doing with his check?"
Oh,
what y'all? So y'all, can I get some of his check, Coach?
I would recommend you be early to the office tomorrow morning because I think a line might be forming with that question.
Hey, Coach, we gonna split his check up?
If I'm Jordan Norman, the only other edge transfer that came to Tennessee, I'd be saying, so my snap count's going up, right?
My snap count going up.
I want my paycheck to go up too.
I need another zero because I was here to work out. I didn't miss spring.
Yeah. Marion Dye probably got tampered with.
Oh, man.
So there it is. Any updates on J.J. Peterson? Is he coming to workouts? Still waiting on his status?
We on watch out for J.J. Peterson.
Okay. 865-656-9900. We'll continue the conversation. We have 45 minutes to go. We appreciate you being with us. We are presented by Junk Be Gone, East Tennessee's junk removal specialists, here on Josh and Swain.
It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City, certified Angus beef and low T Center.
10-5, yeah, baby, touchdown.
You could win season tickets to the following: UT football, UT men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, or the Ice Bears.
Shot, score!
Listen for where we'll be broadcasting, show up and register, and become a finalist. And at the end of the show, you could be one of 2 selected finalists. The grand prize drawing will be held at the Southern Life Expo in July. Complete details on our website at 991thesportsanimals.com. It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City, certified Angus beef and low T Center, on your station for Tennessee sports, 99.1.
It's the place for sports.
The Sports Animal.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer, to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From Multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit imagemattersinc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Join Tyler and Will Thursday at the all-new Collectibles and More in Alcoa, located right behind Texas Roadhouse and Jim and Nick's. The area's top sports card and memorabilia shop has everything for any collector. It's from 3 to 7, Thursday in Alcoa at the all-new Collectibles and More.
Your home isn't just where life happens, it's where it begins. At Red Door Homes, they make building your dream home simple with over 30 customizable floor plans for your land, all with transparent pricing and a full 10-year structural warranty for peace of mind that lasts. New this year, Red Door has developments in Hardin Valley, Maryville, Alcoa, and North Knoxville, closer than ever to where you want to live. Red Door Homes, built for life, built for you. Learn more at reddoorhomestm.com.
Is your house just one big headache and you want to sell it fast at a fair price? Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I will make you a fair, as-is, all-cash offer on your house today, no matter the condition, price range, or location. Call me at 865-500-3711. Maybe it's inherited, sitting vacant, causing you financial stress, or needs more repairs than you can handle. Whatever the situation or condition, I'll buy it. Our customers say things like,
"It was very smooth and easy, and we are satisfied with the amount we received from my mother's property."
The entire process was easy. They were upfront, honest, and kept me informed every step of the way.
ProSource is a great company to work with. We had a great experience from start to finish.
whatever the situation or condition, I'll buy it, and we can close in as little as a week. If you're ready to sell your house fast, call me at 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
Bourbon and Beyond, the world's largest bourbon food and music festival, takes over Louisville, Kentucky this September, featuring performances from Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Hootie and the Blowfish, Cheap Trick, Counting Crows, and dozens more. You could win a trip for two with a 5-night hotel stay, $1,500 cash for your travel, and a pair of 4-day Mint VIP passes. Listen weekdays for the national text keywords. Prize provided by Danny Winmer Presents, powered locally by Sergeant Pepperoni Pizza. Details at 991thesportsanimal.com.
You've probably never heard of Lancaster, Tennessee. It's where I grew up on our family's farm.
Now tell them the whole story, John.
That's Chelsea, my wife. And what she means is I'm the 8th generation to grow up on our farm in Smith County.
And our boys make generation number 9.
I grew crops on this land, and I grew 2 great businesses.
Now John's growing a movement in his campaign for governor.
Tennessee needs a governor with CEO experience, someone tough like Trump.
Even President Trump tells people John is fantastic, and he really is.
President Trump makes tough decisions. That's what CEOs do, and it's what I'll do as governor. With our cities booming and people moving into our state like crazy, our governor will have to make tough decisions to keep Tennessee conservative.
A CEO who's tough like Trump. Yep, that's what we need, even if I am a little biased.
I'm John Rose. I'm asking for your support.
Pretty good for a farm boy, isn't it? Paid for by John Rose for governor.
Everything is more expensive than before, except for the sports animal, always free on the air and on the stream. 99.1, the sports animal.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900. Adam Sparks at KnoxNews.com also reporting Chaz Coleman not yet with the team for summer workouts, which began 2 days ago. Source requested anonymity because UT's team activities are not open to the media or the public, but Chaz Coleman has been one of the top stories over the last several weeks, continues to be. We'll see how much longer this story has a chance to go with Chaz Coleman currently not with the team for summer workouts. Pete Nakos with a report there, Pete and Chris Lowe of On3.com, which we discussed last hour, and also discussed it with Austin Price of VolQuest when he joined us at the end of hour number 2. 865-656-9900 if you'd like to be part of the show, as we are presented by Junk Be Gone. We have bipartisan bill discussion going on, the Save College Sports effort that is underway. We'll see how much of that stands up. It'll be challenged legally, I'm sure. Salary cap is a part of the discussion, limiting athletes to transferring schools only one time without penalty. If that goes through, if that's able to essentially come back, remember that was the rule.
Can you read all the things?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. I can do that. So here are some of the key items from the bipartisan bill. Limiting athletes to transferring schools only one time without penalty. Limiting athlete eligibility to a maximum of 5 years. Prohibiting former professional athletes from playing in college, and prohibiting schools from poaching a coach from another school during their sports season.
This is what we do know, Josh, that both sides of the aisle can work together and come up with a solution to improve a situation, because this is good stuff. Mm-hmm. This is good. Like this would fix a lot of issues. This would make things better. This is good stuff, man. Good teamwork, guys.
I think my hesitation is waiting to see what actually holds up.
Yeah, well, that's the other side of it, Josh. Like, all this stuff sounds great, but how much of it will be enforceable?
Because here's an example. The 5-year eligibility length for college athletes and prohibiting professional athletes, that also includes those who have competed internationally. Great on the surface. But then I wonder, okay, what if that's challenged in court and they point out to all the money, the 7 figures that a lot of college athletes are making, and they ask the question, what's the difference in me and them? We're both making a ton of money. In fact, they're making more than me. Why am I a pro that can't play? They're not a pro that can. What's the difference? I don't know what the answer is to that.
Yeah, just change the law, I guess.
That's why I catch myself holding up sometimes when I reference pro players coming to college, because
these are pro players in college.
Yeah, I had an ad pop up, or as like a promoted post, something like that, for Arch Manning pop up in my Instagram feed the other day for Wemby Parker glasses, and then I looked at his feed, and he's doing ads for Wemby Parker, Red Bull, Viore, another one. He had like 5 or 6 different companies he's representing. Good for Arch, by the way. That's real NIL usage.
Yeah.
So I'm not hating on that, but I mean, Arch is easily clearing 7 figures, 5 million, 7 million, I don't know. So if an international athlete says, "Well, I made $35,000 last year playing for the Series B basketball league. How come I'm ineligible, but this guy's making $5 million and I?"
Because you old, man. That's why. You old, and we don't know how old you really are.
The age restriction, to me, seems like that would be easier to enforce.
That's the biggest problem. You old out here, man. Like, these are young kids. Yeah. We ain't got time for you to be out here playing. You're 28 years old. You're a whole decade older than the people you're playing against. That's the real problem.
Right.
It ain't the fact that you're playing from another country. Like, I think international players coming over and taking advantage of the opportunity and being, humble and gracious, and really taking advantage of the chance to play this game. I mean, sometimes we take it for granted, and foreign players don't. And they come over here and bust our butt and work hard, and I love it. Just work hard too, because they're going to take the food off our plate, and sometimes that's good. Competition's good, but you can't be doing that at 26 years old as a freshman.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
That ain't gonna work, man. That's not gonna work for me.
I'm with you on that. There's also a cap element to this conversation.
But Danny White's, he did say something about collective bargaining, so that way every organization can have a cap. I mean that makes sense. By the way, you see Danny White growing his hair out?
Yeah,
man,
I like that.
Yeah, looking good. You should try that.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You should grow your hair out like Danny. I'm kind of jealous.
I need to get a just for men
It's
NIL deal.
It's really not fair.
Somebody give me that.
It's a bald person. It's not fair when like a person has a low cut and then they just up and decide, oh, I'm gonna let it grow out. Like you could have been doing that the whole time and you chose not to.
Yeah, it's kind of insulting.
Did you think about people like us that can't do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when Jordan McRae half jokingly complained about dunking and how it would hurt sometimes.
I bet you hated that.
I was so insulted.
Are you serious? You complaining about dunking?
Say that in front of me.
I've been trying to dunk my whole life.
Although we lowered the goal in the driveway, and I was dunking on the Wardos.
It doesn't count, Josh.
It did kind of hurt, slamming that bad boy home.
Oh, it does. It does hurt. It does hurt.
So you guys weren't lying.
When you dunk it
you
hard.
dunkers.
Mm-hmm. That's why you see guys, when they jump, they just kind of, they hover, they kind of go above the rim, they kind of just throw it in real hard.
Yeah.
Without hitting their hands on the rim. That's why they do that.
That should be included in what's so impressive about LeBron's longevity. He's still hammering it home in year 23. He's still putting the force on the rim at the same level.
He is. He is.
So we'll see what happens with the bipartisan bill. We'll see what makes it through, how long this takes. But I like the ideas in it.
Ideas are good.
I like the planning.
Yeah, ideas are good.
Yeah, I think just about everybody can agree on the one-time transfer.
Yeah, like we want you to get paid, players, but you don't run the show. And right now, they run the show.
I need to see if it's stated. I would think that the one-time transfer allowance to be able to play right away is for undergrads. The previous NCAA rule before that was challenged was that you would get one-time allowance as a transfer as an undergraduate, but that did not apply to grad transfers.
Yeah, I think if you graduate, you should be able to do.
Yeah, so you could potentially get a second transfer to play right away.
If you graduate.
But the point was to avoid transferring every year. Because I know we roll our eyes at the academic aspect. That can't be a good thing for the academic side if you're transferring every year.
Yeah. So if you're an Ole Miss senior and you graduate in basket weaving, you could definitely could transfer somewhere else. All right. You're free. You're free to go. Free to go. Good job, man.
Poor Ole Miss.
What you mean, poor Ole Miss? No, poor Miss. You know the coach called the kid while the kid was in class at Clemson, trying to get him to leave Clemson to come to their school. Don't poor Ole Miss me.
I'm sure it's all a misunderstanding.
You know, in 2021, they came up here and benefited from the officials missing calls. Don't poor Ole Miss me.
They even planted a golf ball.
No, we
Is
did
that right?
We did that. All right. Don't poor Ole Miss me. You know that two former Lady Vol players are playing on their team this year? I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Poor Ole Miss me.
By the way, Mike pulled the old switcheroo on us in the text box. He texted, I hate hearing short people talk about being comfortable in the airline seats. I will tell you, it's pretty comfortable in those planes.
I haven't heard short people brag about that.
Yeah, it's one of the benefits of being height challenged.
Well, I stand corrected. I have now heard a short person brag about being in an airplane.
All you long-leggeds that are having to deal with it.
Nah, that's not me. I'm only 6.
We're good over here.
It depends on who you ask. 6'1", 6'2", 6 foot.
Yeah, I'll check the different media guides from the mid-2000s
Exactly.
and see just where Jason Swain stood. 865-656-9900. We still have an attaboy to hand out. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you for being with us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Never miss another Sports Animal sweet deal. Text SWEET to 865-656-9900 and you'll receive a reminder text right before each new sweet deal goes on sale. Text SWEET to 656-9900.
Leaky pipes.
Oh no!
Toilets clogged.
Oh crap!
Don't freak out. Just call us. Problem solved.
Okay.
Valley Plumbing. Any plumbing issue, anytime. Call Valley Plumbing at 865-351-0643 or visit valleyplumbingtn.com.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
Major League Baseball games happening for your Wednesday, 3 o'clock. The Mariners are at the A's, 3:45. Giants host the Diamondbacks. Padres get the Phillies at 4. At 6:40, the Rays visit the Orioles. Tigers take on the Angels. Pirates host the Cubs. Braves visit the Red Sox. Reds take on the Mets at 7. 7:45, Twins visit the White Sox. Royals host the Yankees. Astros visit the Rangers at 8. Dodgers welcome the Rockies at 10. In the Western Conference Finals of the NBA playoffs, Oklahoma City took a 3-2 series lead over the San Antonio Spurs with a 127-114 win in Game 5 last night. League MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the way for Oklahoma City with 32 points. Game 6 is Thursday night back in San Antonio. Stanley Cup playoffs in the NHL, the Vegas Golden Knights have advanced to the Stanley Cup final with a 2-1 win in Game 4 last night to sweep the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. They will await the winner of Carolina and Montreal. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals is tonight. Carolina leads the series 2-1. I'm Joel Silverberg.
The A.G. Hines Company, a fourth-generation family business backed by more than 100 years of customer service serving all East Tennessee. That's a century's worth of knowledge in material application, concrete, masonry, waterproofing, stucco eaves, slate roofing, and manufactured stone veneer. They have you covered with name brands like Nudura, Drive It, and Spec Mix. No job is too big or too small. They have the expertise to assist in all your residential or commercial construction needs. The A.G. Hines Company, building materials since anyone can remember.
I'm Dan Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, millions of people called us for representation. Why? Because trust grows when you win, and we've won a lot. Over $30 billion and counting. When you call America's largest injury law firm, you're calling a family. You're calling an army, our army. You're calling somebody who will fight for you. Injured? Let our family fight for your family. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, 150 4th Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee lawyer will handle Tennessee cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Nothing reminds you of how much you rely on your air conditioner like the first really hot day in East Tennessee. Schedule Pipe Wrench Home Services' $79 seasonal tune-up now before the heat sets in. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune your HVAC system to help it run efficiently and reliably while reducing the risk of breakdowns when you need it most. And while we're there, we can also recommend ways to improve your indoor air quality for cleaner, healthier air throughout your home. For more than 20 years, homeowners across Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and surrounding communities have trusted Pipe Wrench Home Services for dependable comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left waiting when comfort matters most. Schedule your $79 seasonal tune-up today at pipewrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer valid on standard systems only. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Over the years, we've seen and heard many heartbreaking stories about the dire poverty in rural Appalachian communities and how many of the children there have lost the hope and dreams of a successful future. There's no question that one of the most important ways these children can break the cycle of poverty is by staying in school, doing their best, and graduating from high school. For some, there's an opportunity to perhaps even continue their education at a technical school or college. The Mission of Hope Scholarship Program serves high school students in rural communities, where they assist local elementary schools. This year, Mission of Hope wants to give more scholarships to these students, but they need your help. If you would like more information on how to donate to the Mission of Hope Scholarship Fund, please call 865-584-7571 or visit missionofhope.org. Thank you for your support and for helping to encourage students to dream big and never lose hope.
Winning just got closer at the Mint Gaming Hall. Take a spin with our Spin City drawings for a chance to win up to $3,000 cash. Earn entries daily with your Mint Rewards card. Then spin the wheel to determine your cash or free play prize. It's our Spin City drawings Fridays in May in Williamsburg, Kentucky. Check out themintgaming.com for details. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to Cashville, Kentucky.
Hey, I'm Josh Hemphill, right here in Knoxville. Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important, life insurance. The Josh Hemphill State Farm Team can help you understand options that best fit your family. Contact us right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals. At $4, $6, and $8, pick one of the new Biggie Deals you're craving. For a pretty biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Temperatures for today will be warming into the upper 70s and low 80s. We'll keep that high humidity, making it feel very muggy. Heading into the afternoon, we're watching spotty showers picking up in that forecast. A rumble of thunder is not out of the question, but by sunset, that's clearing its way out. Rain chances are decreasing slightly on your Thursday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Dusmal.
Beat the Tennessee spring storms and protect your home with a new roof from Creative Metal Systems. Whether you want the timeless look of shingles or the lifetime strength of metal, they've got you covered. Call 865-738-8962 or visit creativemetalsystems.com.
Josh and Swain is brought to you by Junk Be Gone. Rent any dumpster at regular rate and get 2 extra days free. Junk Be Gone, the bee's knees of junk removal for 2 decades.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. I love the Kim Caldwell and Coach Yo
I do too.
picture on Twitter.
I do too, man.
Her caption, Coach Yo, she is the head coach at Ole Miss. Twitter versus real life. Hashtag SEC meetings with a big-time smile from Kim Caldwell and peace from Coach Yo. They'll see each other on the court. There will be a couple of former Lady Vols playing for Ole Miss and Talasia Cooper and Jada Civil.
Yeah, Kim Caldwell laughed because she's like, you got to deal with Cooper now, not me.
I've already told you, I'm going to be very interested to see how it plays out, both with Tennessee's basketball team and Tennessee's former team, as almost all of it is still in college basketball, just elsewhere this upcoming season.
Wait, what, huh? What'd you just say?
Tennessee's current team, which is a new collection of players.
Yes.
And the former team, which is a spread out group of players at different schools.
So
what they do elsewhere.
Yeah.
Not together.
Yeah.
Two of them are Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's always fun to follow what transfers from Tennessee, what they do.
And there'll be more of that with the men's team, too. Than we often see, because more guys have transferred to higher level programs. We talked last week about Tennessee will play Maryland in the first game of the Players Era Festival. That's where Bishop Boswell is. And Tennessee will see several former guys in the SEC. At Texas A&M, at Missouri. So it'll be fun.
I bet Bishop Boswell has a picture of the power tee in his locker room, or maybe a picture of Rick Barnes. I'm going to prove you wrong. I can shoot the rock. And it's going to fuel him. And who knows, he may be the best shooter in the ACC this year. And guess what? That would be awesome. That would be so cool for him.
I hope he does great.
Yeah, I hope he does too.
It's also kind of funny that he'll be trying to prove it at the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, so it'll be a totally different type of environment.
I hope he plays so far outside of himself. I hope he tries to do too much. Shoots 20 shots, have 15 turnovers because he's trying to prove Rick Barnes wrong.
Right.
That would be great. That'll help us win. It's about the power T, though. That's what it's about. Ain't that what Ron Slay say?
That's all you know.
It's all you know, and car doesn't have a roof. You said that too, right?
Something like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was just reading this 5 minutes ago. I'd say it's somewhat timely. We're waiting to see officially what happens with Brendan Sorsby. But Pete Nakos writing that SEC Associate Commissioner Garth Glissman announced a sports betting integrity initiative across the league. During the 2025-26 season, $11 billion in total betting volume was generated between SEC football and basketball, and $6.2 billion from football.
What does that mean? What are you trying to say, Josh?
Education for athletes will be mandatory. SEC is also setting up integrity posters.
You need posters? Speaking of posters, what were we doing now in the SEC baseball tournament? The instructions on how to challenge a ball or a strike.
I don't.
You see those posters?
Yeah.
You don't need posters to say tap your helmet. You don't need posters for that. Just tap your helmet. What do you need posters for?
Yeah, I'm sorry. This sentence, the SEC will set up integrity posters in locker rooms and an integrity hotline.
Okay, no one reads the posters, okay? I don't know why this is so hard.
I want more information. What is the integrity hotline?
I don't know. Why would you call the integrity hotline? You call and see if it's okay to bet? The answer is no.
Is that a snitch line? Hey, I got somebody betting? Is that what that is?
I don't understand what's so hard about it.
I don't either.
If you play, you can't bet. It doesn't matter if your school, if the NCAA, if the conference has a partnership with FanDuel or DraftKings. You can't have a partnership. Those are the rules. You're going to make your money by playing the game and through NIL. You can't bet. If you do bet, you're done playing forever at this level. It's not that hard.
This is the one that's cut and dry.
It's not that hard.
You shouldn't need an explanation of why.
It's not that hard. Here's the one thing you can't do. Here's the punishment. It's over. Here's your punishment if you do these other things. Spend it for one game. Or you get a warning. Like, all right, you failed a drug test. You're going to have to go into a program. Like, guys decided to continue to smoke and fail a drug test because you knew you had a couple chances. But you can't engage in gambling knowing that it's zero tolerance and then get caught and you're trying to sue people. You're trying to go around the rules. No. It's not fair. You can't gamble. Like I saw Paul Feinbaum this morning talking about Brendan Sorsby should only get a 3-game suspension because it's not fair. What? He knew the rules. I have no problem with the organizations having a partnership with gambling sites. I have no problem with that. Just like I have zero problem with organizations having a partnership with beer companies. That doesn't mean the players can drink beer on the sidelines during the games.
Or that 19-year-olds can go to the grocery and pick up a 12-pack.
We're just simpletons, Josh.
Yeah, maybe so.
We're just too simple.
Maybe so. But that from the SEC this afternoon. I learned about this integrity hotline. We'll come back. 865-656-9900 and attaboy to hand out before we go. Final thoughts from today's show. It has been a busy one. Available anywhere you get your podcast. You can search Josh and Swain like Apple and Spotify or find us in the podcast section of the WNML app. One more segment to go, presented by Junk Be Gone on Josh and Swain.
You've probably never heard of Lancaster, Tennessee. It's where I grew up on our family's farm.
Now tell them the whole story, John.
That's Chelsea, my wife. And what she means is I'm the 8th generation to grow up on our farm in Smith County.
And our boys make generation number 9.
I grew crops on this land land, and I grew 2 great businesses.
Now John's growing a movement in his campaign for governor.
Tennessee needs a governor with CEO experience, someone tough like Trump.
Even President Trump tells people John is fantastic, and he really is.
President Trump makes tough decisions. That's what CEOs do, and it's what I'll do as governor. With our cities booming and people moving into our state like crazy, our governor will have to make tough decisions to keep Tennessee conservative.
A CEO who's tough like Trump. Yep, that's what we need, even if I am a little biased.
I'm John Rose. I'm asking for your support.
Pretty good for a farm boy, isn't it? Paid for by John Rose for governor.
Hey, Tennessee, what are you looking for in an automobile dealership? How about a no-pressure, friendly staff, a huge selection of pre-owned inventory, which incidentally is why it's been called the intersection of selection for over 20 years. How about one of the largest new car inventories in the entire area? And don't forget, they all come with Rusty Wallace Honda's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Or maybe it's service after the sale you want. If that's the case, then get to our award-winning service department. Whatever your reason, don't wait. Get to the intersection of selection. Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Your heart works hard, so it deserves the strongest care. At Covenant Health, we treat more hearts in more places with the best results so you can get back to everyday life faster. Because your heart doesn't just beat for you, it beats for your family, your work, and your next adventure. Covenant Health gives you more than care. We give you strength. Covenant Health Heart. Let our strength be yours.
Some moments in life shine brighter than others, the ones that change your world forever. And it all begins with a ring. I'm Andy Lehman with Lehman Jewelers. The moment you say, I do, you step into forever, hand in hand. The anniversaries, the lazy Saturday mornings, the quiet moments that mean everything. The day you bring home your first child, those tiny fingers wrapped around yours, the new chapter written in your love story. The way their eyes sparkle, just like the ring that started it all. The milestones, the triumphs, the journeys you take together. Through every joy, every challenge, that ring remains a symbol of where you began and how far you've come. And one day, years from now, you'll glance at that same ring, the one that's been with you through it all, and you'll smile. Because love like yours is rare, timeless, forever. At Lehman Jewelers, we don't just sell rings, we create symbols of your greatest moments in life. Find the ring that tells your story today at Lehman Jewelers.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the balls like 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Jason Swain right here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We appreciate all the interaction today. We've had a lot to talk about. We will continue to monitor the situation with Chaz Coleman. That's the top story right now. The headline over the summer will be the quarterback battle. That'll carry over into August. with a couple of young guys battling for that number one spot, redshirt freshman George McIntyre and true freshman Faison Brandon.
Couldn't help
but
it. You had to mention it. We went a whole show without mentioning it because yesterday's show was crazy talking about the quarterback battle.
Mm-hmm.
But you just had to mention it. You had to meet the quota.
We were up against it last segment. If I didn't mention it here, we'd fall below.
That's a requirement right now. Sports Talk Radio Knoxville, you have to mention the George McIntyre Faison Brandon quarterback battle at least once during your show.
Yep.
So there it is. We just mentioned it. What about it, though?
Well, we'll see what happens.
That's it. That's the update.
Yep. We'll see what happens with Chaz Coleman, and we'll see what is said next at the SEC spring meetings. By the way, MT's easy solution to all of this mess and madness, no rules. Pedal the metal for everything, gambling, pay for play, steroids. May the best team win. That's his suggestion.
Oh, great. Get to see some 28-year-old roided out quarterback freaking out on everybody when he throws the interception. Flipping over the benches on the sideline.
Yeah, that is the suggestion.
While the coach leaves for another job during the game.
Might go to the other sideline.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's just do it.
By the way, speaking of quota, Heath with a reminder, Michael did text us earlier, all caps from both of them. Juke Harris, baby.
Juke Harris, baby. That's a real requirement. Got to mention him.
That is it.
Sorry, Brian.
All caps required, by the way. We have just a few minutes to go. Right now, we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. So we hand out Attaboys and Attagirls every day. The Western Conference Finals on to Game 6. And OKC could wrap it up there, or it could go to Game 7 if the Spurs are able to force one more. But while that goes on, Swain, the Knicks sit back and wait. So our Attaboy today is to Jalen Brunson. Obviously, it takes a team. It takes the efforts of Karl Anthony Towns and Bridges and Hart and the team that has come together. It's a true team, but they've been led by Jalen Brunson. It was a cool note to go with the success this team is having. You think about the last time they went to the finals 27 years ago. They have been led for a decade and a half at that point by Patrick Ewing. Patrick's known Jalen Brunson since Jalen was 2 years old. Used to take him on family vacations. Now they're celebrating together. Yep. The Knicks getting back to the finals. But what Jalen Brunson has done as a smaller guard, leading the Knicks, bringing them together as a team, is really incredible. And when he went there, I think most people thought, hey, he's a good player. He's done well with the Mavericks. But they probably missed out on the big fish that they wanted. Remember, they had gone after Kyrie and KD, and they went to the Nets, went to Brooklyn. That didn't work out in Brooklyn. But look at the Knicks. They go with Jalen Brunson, took a gamble on him, and it ended up being an incredible deal with how good he's been.
Yeah, I remember when Becky Hammond, the coach of the Las Vegas Aces there in the WNBA, felt like that he was too small to lead a team to a championship based on history of the league, which, hey, never go wrong with citing the facts and citing history. She said recently that, hey, she's up for being proven wrong. She was asked to clear the air. She said there's no air to clear. I said what I said. If he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. Says he's a great player, but still do not feel like a guard that was 6'2" could lead a team to a championship unless they were Steph Curry. Well, he is 4 wins away from doing that. So he's just special. He is special. He can find his own shot, get his own shot. He is below the rim protector is what he calls himself. His ability to take charges. Yeah. And offensively, he can finish around the rim versus those tall trees.
The 33rd pick, the third pick of the second round in the 2018 NBA draft. And he has helped lead the Knicks back to the finals. And the Western Conference winner, I'm sure, will be the favorite to win the title. But the way the Knicks are playing offensively and Brunson is leading them there, I think they're going to have a real shot going into the finals. We'll get to that discussion when we know their opponent, but we know they're in the NBA Finals, and attaboy to Jalen Brunson helping lead the way. What was thought to be a gamble with the deal they gave him ended up being one of the best bargains that New York has found. That town is New York Knick crazy, too.
It feels like a college sports town.
Yeah.
But it's that times 1,000. If they win a championship, oh, boy.
Swain will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We'll see if there is an update on Chaz Coleman. We'll see if anybody wants to weigh in on Tennessee's quarterback battle, and we'll see what else happens in the next 21 hours.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you, as always. See you and talk to you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.